Bobby Bowden Seminoles have offered a galaxy of All-Americans. National championships, Heisman Trophy excellence. You're talking Seminoles.
The decade of the 90s witnessed one of college football's most celebrated runs.
Play fake, fires the deep ball, down the field for Jack Jackson. He leads, he got a touchdown!
These were some great games.
They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Gators!
No one was more feared than the University of Miami national championship contenders.
Hey, we got to find these guys. Hey there, welcome to Gridiron Greats. I'm James Bates, and what do you say we take it way back to 1986 today? Now, 1986, a big year for Gator fans because that was the year of the comeback. Remember the big Auburn game, Kerwin Bell and company coming back from down 17-0 and winning 18-17 in dramatic fashion. One of the greatest games in Gator history. But the season? Well, the season was kind of gag me with a spoon. It was so 1986 because you look at it, they started 1-4. After the Auburn game, the Gators were 4-4. Then they beat the Georgia Bulldogs. Then they go to Kentucky and lose 10-3. So at 5-5, the final regular game of the regular season game coming up, and they're staring down the barrel of a losing season to the Florida State Seminoles. Bobby Bowden and the Seminoles hadn't beaten the Florida Gators since 1980. It was all on the table in a nasty, nasty day, guys. Jarvis Williams, Ricky Natile, Kerwin the Throwing Mayo and Bell, and Ernie Mills was a redshirt on this team. And guys, the weather, you weren't going to go out there bombing like you did the year before against those Seminoles, were you, Kerwin?
No, they got lucky because of the weather. We had killed them the year before at Florida Field, scored 38 points on them, but it was downpour. Actually, the 2 years, 84 and 86, was probably the two worst games I've ever played as far as rain. It poured both games, and you couldn't literally see the sideline at some points during the game to get the signals for the plays. It was that bad.
And a pretty big game, guys. I mean, you didn't want to have a losing season. You certainly didn't want to lose to FSU.
No, absolutely not. We wanted to keep our streak intact, and that was one of those games that was raining so hard. It was almost, you didn't know if we were going to even play it. And being a receiver, I'm really pouting because, not only you want to catch a lot of passes, but we're playing against Deion Sanders, and that just really gets me going. So that was kind of depressing looking at the weather.
Yeah, one of the pluses of playing in the SEC is usually you get pretty good weather, Jarvis, but right. That Kentucky game was freezing cold, and then now you're dealing with the rain here against the Florida State Seminoles.
Yeah, coming out of Kentucky game, it was freezing cold. I mean, the weather was bad, and we were looking back to getting back to Florida, thinking we'll get some good weather, thinking we'll have a nice evening, and we have a monsoon. It was downpouring the whole day. It was there in Tallahassee, but like I said, we was thinking about the 5-5 season. Didn't want to go out on with the seniors, going out with a losing record, that type of thing. So, it was Florida State too.
So pop those umbrellas, Ernie, because here we go. Florida State and the Florida Gators, 1986. It's a good one. Enjoy.
Derek Schmidt will be kicking off for the Florida State University Seminoles. Florida will be going against the wind, and just to illustrate that for you, the ball just blew off the kicking tee.
And the Gators did accept the football. Florida State, again, won the toss, but waived the right to receive here in the first half, so the Seminoles are going to kick off.
Schmidt gets ready to move to the football and get this rivalry underway at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. And he boots it high. It is going to be taken on the 7-yard line, bobbled, picked up, runs back across the 10 and up to the 15-yard line. Cedric Smith with the return, a loose ball on the field, a fumble. Let's see who recovered.
No, the whistle had blown. The referee there has indicated that the ball was dead. University of Florida maintains position, but my goodness, were there some kamikaze pilots on that kicking team.
Kerwin Bell, 19 of 36 for 414 yards, 5 touchdowns against FSU. And there you see the starters, William Sims, McCarthy, Wright, Zimmerman up front for the Gators of Florida. McGriff will be at the tight end, and Bell lining up at the quarterback position.
We see Cedric Smith, Jim. The knee was on the ground, a proper call. No fumble. The Gators have the football on their 15-yard line.
First and 10 for the Florida Gators as they put Hodges in motion. And the give-off is going to go to the tailback, James Massey. And Massey is stacked up as he crosses the 15-yard line, gets to about the 17-yard line before Paul McGowan, the weak side linebacker, junior from Winter Park, makes the hit. Warren Jones, McGowan, Hayes back up the line for FSU defensively. And meanwhile, it is Sanders, Shiver, Newell, and Eric Williams, the deep backs, for the Florida State Seminoles. So we're going off the 16-yard line. It'll be second down and call it 9 for the Gators as they send receivers left and right. And Kerwin Bell with the I formation. Somebody has jumped. Well, we don't know whether Gerald Nichols jumped offsides or whether Jeff Zimmerman drew him offsides, but the indication from the field is that it's going to go against Florida.
And both of them are seniors. Gerald Nichols playing his last game here at Doak Campbell Stadium for the Seminoles. Jeff Zimmerman playing his last game ever for the University of Florida. Of course, the Noles are going on to Birmingham with their bowl game opportunity.
So that sets the football back to the 11-yard line. And it will be second down and 14 yards to go for Florida's Gators. They are deep in their own territory, a split backfield behind Kerwin Bell. And the give-off is going to go to Anthony Williams, and Williams hits it into the line for maybe a tough yard before the Noles take him down. Fred Jones and Paul McGowan, the linebackers, make the tackle for Florida.
All the Noles swarming to the football right there. Aggressive defense by the Seminoles in this first series, but who would expect less, right?
That's exactly right. This is a heated rivalry.
There'll be nothing left after this game is over. Each player will give it his all.
Third and 13, the ball on the 12-yard line. A lot of seniors on both sides of the line playing their final collegiate football game this evening. Kerwin Bell steps back out for just a second. Now he steps back to the line. He was looking for a call against the noise. And they are, because of too much time, going to mark it off against Florida back to the 7-yard line.
Well, it's a critical third down situation. It's third and long. Kerwin didn't think his offensive unit could hear the snap count. He appealed to the referee, but the referee overruled and said, run the ball, Kerwin. Kerwin appealed again, and he just let the clock run out. The official is always going to win that matchup.
I formation, third down, 18 yards to go. Ball on the 7 for the Gators. The Noles with a 4-down lineman, and the give-off is going to go to Massey, trying to turn it outside, and he gets to about the 10-yard line before he's brought down. He played nearby Doak Campbell Stadium at Jefferson County High School in Monticello. Gerald Nichols and Paul McGowan making the stop for FSU. So that brings on Jamie McAndrew, 51 punts for just under 39 yards per boot. 4th and 18 is the official situation. The ball on the 7, and he is going to be way back behind the goal line. And it looks like FSU's got everybody coming at him. Sanders takes it on the 44-yard line, takes a juke step. They take him out of bounds on the far side of the field, right in front of the Florida bench at the 39. And it is Basil Benjamin who makes the hit for the University of Florida. So FSU gets the football with excellent field position.
Well, looks like a mix-up on the sideline. I see Adrian White involved in some activity out there. Deion Sanders, who's so dangerous anytime he touches a football, a future All-American for Florida State, was knocked into the sideline in front of the Gator bench there. We're not sure who the violation is going to be on. We'll have to wait and pick up the official's call, but obviously a lot of temper, a lot of emotion on that football field tonight.
A 35-yard boot for Jamie McAndrew. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Florida State University Seminoles, and they're in excellent position as they set up in Florida territory.
Jamie McAndrew, excuse me, Jim, did a good job on the heated rush, getting the football off. And you see Sanders trying to get outside. Let's see if we can pick up a violation here. None so far. Well,
no score in the game. 12 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the first quarter, and the call is going to go against Florida. The call is going to set them back. to the 27-yard line for personal foul. And you see Ionata, Kuipers, Henley, Salva, and Tomberlin up front offensively for the Seminoles.
Big, strong offensive line led by Big Pat Tomberlin, who weighs a shade over 300 pounds, number 72 at one of the tackle positions for the Noles, as they have great field position inside the Gator 30.
Danny McManus, and his pitch is going to go to Victor Floyd, and Floyd is dragged down way behind the line of scrimmage at the 35-yard line. And taking him down is Jarvis Williams. So Victor Floyd, the sophomore out of Pensacola, makes the carry. The 15-yard penalty, 3 penalties, 25 yards already. 2nd and 18, the ball on the 35-yard line. No score in the first quarter, 11:53 to play in the first period. Danny McManus, the junior from South Broward High School in Dania, Florida, and he's at quarterback, drops to throw and does, and it is incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Pat Carter, a junior out of Sarasota, Florida, and goes as incomplete. Good coverage by Lewis Oliver. And McManus having a heck of a year.
Danny McManus had never taken a snap against the University of Florida before tonight's football game. That pass was well delivered. Pat Carter has 14 receptions for the Noles this year. A big, strong tight end at 6'4", 251, and that looked like he just dropped the football right there. Danny McManus was on target.
Could be the wet weather's affecting that also. 3rd down, 18, ball on the 35-yard line. Again, the eye with a slot to the right side for the Noles. The give off is to Floyd, and Floyd hits it to the 31-yard line before he's brought down by the Gators. Rodney Weston, the big sophomore out of Belglade, along with Clifford Charlton, who is from right here in Tallahassee, went to Leon High School.
Looks like Bobby Bowden was going to go conservative, give Schmidt a chance to bring that toe out there and get the Noles 3 points. Strictly going with a conservative call, and it'll be probably, what, a 36, 37 yards plus the 10 in the end zone, so
47.
About 47, right?
Yep, Derek Schmidt will kick. The hold is going to come from Lewis Berry. Riggs the snapper. His foot is into it, and it is off to the side and no good, and a little bit short. So it falls no good, and the Gators take over the football as the Florida D holds with 11:07 to play in this first period.
After an exchange of punts, we move ahead to later in the first quarter.
Florida goes with the eye with receivers left and right. And Kerwin Bell looks to throw, and he throws going for Mulberry, intercepted by Dion Sanders, and he takes him down at the 20-yard line. Ricky Natile takes him down right at the 20-yard line. And the intercept by Dion, the sophomore out of Fort Myers, and they say he's the best athlete on the team. And, you know, that was a great intercept.
Well, they don't have to convince me. He's a tremendous athlete. I saw him play in a high school all-star game between the states of Florida and Georgia, and he was fantastic. Kerwin gets plenty of protection, tries to sneak the football down the sideline on a fly route to Ricky Natile, but Dion Sanders had none of it.
1st and 10 for the Noles at the 22. They're deep in their own territory. McManus at the controls, and he gives off to Floyd. Floyd trying to turn it outside, and he's taken down at the 23-yard line after a short gain on the play, and bringing him down would be Pat Moore, the freshman out of Pensacola, Escambia High School.
Victor Floyd seeing a lot of action toward the end of the season at the tailback position. Sammy Smith was the starter earlier in the year, but because of injuries, Victor Floyd has taken over and done a nice job at the tailback position for the Noles.
Floyd 6 carries for 3 yards as the Florida defense has bottled him up thus far this evening. 7 minutes, 12 seconds to play first quarter. No scores. 2nd and 7. Going off the 25 for FSU as McManus looks to throw, and he's going long overhead, and it is incomplete. It was intended deep for Darren Holloman, running a fly pattern off the left side, and good coverage by Jarvis Williams, the junior right corner from Palatka.
Both teams trying to open it up a little bit, trying to make the defenses respect the bomb. McManus with that effort right there. Kerwin Bell was intercepted when he tried to go long to Natile.
There's Mr. Edmondson. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits a dollar. Getting all those Gator fans up on their feet here in Tallahassee.
Again, defense dominating this ball game right now.
3rd and 7 off the 25. McManus going overhead, intercepted by Florida at the 40-yard line. The Gators pick up the interception at the 40-yard line. Ricky Mulberry going up high to take the football down.
Well, the fans will have to excuse us if we're a bit slow picking out the numbers because of the mud on the jerseys. It's hard to pick out the numbers after the white jerseys get mud on it, but McManus just clearly overthrows his wide receiver here. Mulberry is in the deep zone.
Well, there you go, helping to put the neon in Dion. Neon Dion, prime time with the big interception. Ah, you were open too there, Ricky.
I had him beat. Like I said, this wasn't all on Kerwin. The weather was bad. I'm going to help him out. The ball was probably heavy, but the bad part about it, you know, I have Dion beat, but you can't see that with the ball being underthrown. He makes a pick, so of course, in typical Dion fashion, he's flapping his gums like he really made this great play. So that really got me. So I definitely want another chance at him.
Well, let's talk about the chances that these guys are given to young players across the Sunshine State. Now, here we are on the campus of Jacksonville University. The Dolphins have a new sheriff in town. Kerwin Bell is the head coach of the football team. Ernie Mills is helping him out as an assistant coach on his staff. And then taking over back at Trinity Catholic in Ocala, Ricky Natila is the head coach, and Jarvis Williams an assistant there. I know you got John L., everybody back. You guys won a state championship 2 years ago, runner-up last year. But Kerwin leaves the cupboard bare. He lost just about everybody this year. Dion LaCorn and everyone.
Yeah, we had a lot of good players, a lot of them going on, you know, playing college football. So it's a rebuilding year for us, but like I said, we'll do it. We'll get it done. We got a lot of young kids. We're going to teach them the right way, and hopefully more kids will come.
I know you got a great support staff there, too, from the principal on down, the athletic director. If any program is going to keep it up there where it needs to be, it's right there at Trinity Catholic, right, Kerwin?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good program. Ricky and I built that program 5 or 6 years ago, and we wanted to sort of take it to a different level as far as high school football was concerned. And I think people that came to our games seen the way we executed and the way we were able to perform and the way our kids played the game. And I just look for it to just continue under Ricky and Jarvis and all his assistants. They'll do a great job there. And I'm here at Jacksonville University. It was just an opportunity. You know, I had probably the best high school job in the state of Florida. I had my oldest son coming up, Cade, was going to be a player there and as a 9th grader next year. But when Alan Verlander, the AD here at Jacksonville, called me about this job, it was just too good of an opportunity to pass up. And so I've taken this opportunity, and I feel like this is going to be a gold mine. I mean, we're in a great city like Jacksonville. We built some facilities here with the talent level in the state of Florida. We can only be one of the best teams in Division I AA, and that's what we're working toward.
Where does the program sit right now as you guys take over, Ernie? And obviously big plans, but where are you in the past couple of years? What has this program done?
Well, they won a few games last year, and so we're looking to change on that and make it and go for the championship. That's been the motto. Is our time to win championships here, and we're gonna make a good push at that. We got some talent coming back for next season. We brought in some good freshman class, and we'll be able to make a run for it.
And good thing for the guy coaching those receivers, you got some receivers that can fly, don't you?
Well, we do. That's the best group of the team. But you know, I think the big thing about this program is for 9 years that sit here as a program to play. They had a program here to play the game of football, but you cannot do anything properly in the game of football as far as win championships unless you have a total commitment from the university, from the administration, down through the football team. And we've had 16 guys quit since we've been here, James, and because we're telling them that there's no reason to be a part of this program, there's no reason to have this program if we're not committed to winning a championship. Football's too tough. It's too hard a sport. It's too tough to go out and practice every day unless we give everything we got. We commit all our efforts to winning a championship, and that's our focus. And so next year we're going after the Pioneer Football League championship, and we're going to play in a bowl game. It's a shame that a team from the state of Florida, like Jacksonville is, that plays in the league with teams from Iowa, from Indiana, Kentucky, that we do not challenge for a championship because of the talent level in this state. And that's what I've told our players. But so there's something missing. I think that's commitment. And we've got this team committed now. They're committed to winning a championship, and that's going to be our goal from here on out.
Well, let's take a step back with the tradition, whereas you're part of a program now, Jarvis, with just building the tradition, the early stages of the foundation still at Trinity Catholic. You come from a high school in Palatka that year in, year out, I mean, you guys were the gossip in the Sunshine State there at Palatka, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a good situation. I mean, like you said, a lot of guys during the off season, it really starts in the off season. You know, you don't start, the first game of the season. You got to find what you need, your knack, everything that you're going to have that nucleus of people that, you're going to work during the off season and really beginning of the season, that's really the fun part because you got everybody that you know is going to be there. You know they're going to be there for you, and they got your back, you got their back, and you're playing as a group. So it's just like another family, and when you got that type of atmosphere, when the season starts, you just go hit it on the run.
There we go, goosebumps. Huh? Hard work pays off, and the hard work has just begun for the Gators against the Noles in 1986. We'll be right back with more.
Would you like a brand new name brand laptop for free? That's right, free. If you act now, you can join the lucky people who earn their very own free laptop computer from the Get My Free Laptop program.
I'll admit it, I thought it was too good to be true. But now that I've got my free laptop, I'm a believer.
Well, all I did was register, read the program requirements, and bought some products that I was already interested in.
My new laptop is way better than the one I paid a lot of money for. I'm amazed.
Our sponsors value your participation, and we're willing to reward you for trying their products and services by giving you a free laptop.
I was skeptical until I got my free laptop.
Log on and register today for the Get My Free Laptop program. Get My Free Laptop. The name says it all.
Log on now to GetMyFreeLaptop.com. That's GetMyFreeLaptop.com. GetMyFreeLaptop.com.
How would you like to run a business of your own from the comfort of your own home? It's not as crazy as it sounds.
I made over $100,000 a year from my home. We took in over $200,000 last year.
Yeah, you have to be crazy to visit this website and find out how to start your home business. Crazy like a fox. Log on and get your success kit.
Last week, I made over $6,000.
Crazy? I don't think so. Log on now to get your success kit.
Every game, every score, every highlight. It's the final score. 30 minutes every night of the week, bringing you all the action from the world of sports. It's the one show where serious sports fans go for serious sports highlights. The Final Score, presented by DirecTV. Weeknights on FSN.
The Red Bull Air Race World Series returns. 250 miles per hour. 10 G's. Motorsport's ultimate thrill ride. Wow! This season, pilots battle head-to-head over the most spectacular locations across the globe. The world's most dangerous sport takes flight. The Red Bull Air Race World Series from San Diego, Sunday in HD.
In 2007, America's Grand Game came to life on Fox.
No-hitter, Verlander! 756! Ichiro hits it off the wall. Here comes Ichiro inside the park home run. And the American League has won 10 straight. Definitely feels like October baseball. That is a bomb. And the Indians lead 3 games to 1. That's 8 strikeouts from Beckett. The Red Sox win the pennant. This place is alive and kicking. The Red Sox are up 3 games to 0. Game over, and the Red Sox are world champs again.
The drama continues this season on Fox.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line, and here is the give-off out of the Florida backfield, and that would be Octavius Gould, the freshman out of Brownsville, New Jersey. Picks up a little yardage on the play. Anthony Williams, a freshman nose guard from Apopka, makes the tackle for the Seminoles right at the 35-yard line. There's Albert. Albert's in his element because alligators like wet weather.
They don't like Tallahassee, though, do they?
No, I don't think so. 2nd down and 5 from the 35-yard line now for the University of Florida Gators. 6:27 to play in the first quarter, and no score between Florida and Florida State. This rivalry started back in 1958. There have been some great moments in this series.
Well, the Gators dodged a bullet earlier when Schmidt missed on his long field goal attempt. The Gators right here have an opportunity to put points on the board. Let's see if that Nole defense can rise up and shut them down with no points at all.
Neither team has made a first down. So that's the tribute to the defense.
And we have 6:11 left in the first quarter.
2nd and 5 off the 35-yard line. And the carry on the counter is going to go to Dwayne Ferguson. And he scrambles to the 25-yard line. And he has got the first down.
Dwayne Ferguson did give the football up, but there's a Gator there that picked it up. Who is it?
Well, let's take a look at it.
Well, we'll see Ferguson get hit after he makes the extra effort. David Williams doing a nice job opening up a hole over there. The safety flies in, knocks the ball loose. It's Stacy Simmons, the freshman.
Simmons, a freshman, number 28, makes the recovery, saves the day for Florida. First and 10 off the 24. The give-off is going to go to Gould. Gould rips it off the left side. Looks like he's at the 20 or maybe inside the 20 before Fred Jones, the senior strong side linebacker out of Miami, Florida, makes the hit.
The extra effort I was alluding to was by Stacy Simmons, hustling, getting near that football, hustling, so he was over there when the ball was given up.
Bobby Bowden, his 89 victories here makes him Florida State's all-time winningest coach, and he is one of the top 5 winningest active coaches in the nation. 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line. A little over 5 minutes to play first period as Kerwin Bell gives off to Octavius Gould. And Gould hits it for a couple, but the Seminole D really stiffens in there. Paul McGowan, a junior out of Winter Park, along with Freddie Jones, the senior number 55, strong side linebacker, makes the hit.
The Seminoles also alternate frequently on defense. Big Eric Hayes is in there now at a defensive tackle position. Also Anthony Williams from Apopka making the hit right there. Big Anthony is 276-pound freshman. Eric Hayes is 289 pounds.
Gould 4 for 14 yards. 3rd and 4. Ball on the 18-yard line. Florida's Kerwin Bell throws a short one out in the flat. He's got his man, and inside the 10-yard line to the 8-yard line is Anthony Williams coming out of the backfield, a young man from Tampa Plant High School.
Greg Newell, the free safety, had a shot at the fullback, but he missed the tackle. And was it Anthony Williams that caught the football?
No, it was Eric Hodges, number 10, who caught the ball.
The young man they call Philly from Philadelphia. Kerwin on a bit of a bootleg action here. You see pressure by Gerald Nichols. Kerwin delivers the football out to Eric Hodges. Again, it's difficult to pick up these numbers, but no, it wasn't Eric Hodges. We're not sure who caught that football.
First and goal on the 8-yard line, and the give-off goes to a Florida player who goes into the end zone. It's tough to pick up the number on him. It is Octavius Gould, the freshman from New Jersey who scores. Martin Mayhew, a junior out of Tallahassee, was the guy who made the last hit, but Gould was right in the end zone.
And we're going to confirm the fact it was Anthony Williams that caught the fullback in the flat pass, giving the Gators and Octavius Gould an opportunity to ram the ball in for 6.
So now we go for the extra point. It'll be Ewing to hold, Berg to snap, and Dawson to attempt the extra point. His foot is into it. He splits the uprights. It's a 7-0 ball game in Tallahassee. Florida leads FSU. And it is a deep boot by Florida. It's going to be taken in the end zone, or just out of the end zone. And he's across the 30, across the 35, and he's across the 40, and all the way across the 50-yard line, still on his feet, and still running. What a great run taken down at the 20-yard line. Keith Ross, number 20, and he's finally dragged down by Hal Williams. What a great run.
You will never, ever see more effort or a more beautiful kickoff return than Keith Ross shows you right here. Bodies flying all over the field. Dwayne Glover looks like missing a tackle right there. Now Keith Ross has no one but the punter to beat. Looks like Kerry Watkins is going to come over and try and cut him off, but watch him elude the tackles right here. Spin free. Now Gators are hustling. You can't see on the screen now. Other Gators finally get down to make the hit.
That was a 71-yard return for that young man. He's 5'10", 187, a sophomore from Newberry, Florida. Jason Lambert, the outside linebacker, making the hit on the last carry against FSU. The ball is moved down to the 15-yard line.
Newberry, that's one of the bigger Gainesville suburbs, right?
That's right. 2nd and 5, the ball on the 15-yard line. as FSU comes to the line. Danny McManus knocking on Florida's door right after the Gators have scored on a long drive against the Seminoles. Victor Floyd straight up the middle, stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, right at the 15. So that'll bring up third down and 7-0. Florida leading FSU. 3 minutes to play first quarter. Lamberth and Williams make the tackle on Victor Floyd.
At least 6 or 7 orange hats in on the tackle. Big Keith Williams penetrates his gap. Jason Lamberth coming up, making the hit. Let's talk about the defense for a second. The Noles have given up 308 yards per game this year. The Gators have given up 296. So both defenses are very similar in terms of total yardage given up per game. There's
third and 4 at the 14, and there's a flag on the play.
Looked like Joey Ionata, the right tackle for the Noles, moved prematurely right there. Joey from Dunedin, Florida, 6'2", 245.
Floyd has had 7 carries for 10 yards this evening, so making yardage has been tough for him against these Gators.
And with the Gator defense playing so tough, mental errors are hard to excuse in that Nole huddle right now. It's tough enough to accomplish something physically, but anytime you go in the huddle and come out and make a mental mistake, you're not helping your ball club.
Third and 9 on the 19-yard line now for FSU. McManus looks to throw, and it is incomplete. Intended for Victor Floyd on the right side, but it goes as incomplete. Good coverage there by Jason Lamberth, number 59.
The ball was actually a bit thrown behind Victor Floyd. Actually a poorly thrown football right there. Schmidt now comes on the field as the Noles were not able to take advantage of great field position and get 6.
McManus 0 for 4, 1 interception.
All right, here we see Schmidt. Watch the fake. You know, the Noles are known for their trick plays, but again, Schmidt is one of the best kickers in college football.
Kick coming off the 26, so it'll be a 36-yard attempt for Schmidt. He gets his foot into it and boots it, and it is good. And so the Seminoles are on the board. We got a 7-3 game at Doak. Florida leads 7-3 as you look at the deep return men for the Gators, and Schmidt boots it high. It is going to be taken at the 3-yard line by Kerry Watkins, and Watkins across the 30-yard line into the 31-yard line before he's brought down by FSU.
And he was one step away from beating Keith Ross' kickoff return. He was one step away from going the distance.
Brian Davis making the tackle, and Massey and Ferguson will be in the backfield now for Florida. And that field goal a little while ago, as we told you, 36 yards, puts FSU on the board. We got a 7-3 ball game. Octavius Gould scored earlier for Florida. 2:03 left to play in the first quarter, and the rain is beginning to come down once again in Tallahassee as we go off the 31-yard line, and Kerwin Bell drops the throw. He does, and it is complete to the midfield stripe. A nice completion to Stacy Simmons, the young freshman for the University of Florida. Martin Mayhew, the right side cornerback, a junior from Tallahassee, and Stanley Shriver, sophomore strong safety, combining to make the tackle for the Noles.
Well, Kerwin could wear a dress back there on this play and no one would touch him. Stacy Simmons full of concentration, and I think it might have been Stanley Shriver, the big strong safety at 6'2", 197, trying to take Stacy's head off there, as he should. That's what you do when you're a defensive safety.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line for the Gators as they put Hodges in motion to the top of the screen, and the give-off is going to go to Massey, and Massey turns it outside, and he's into FSU territory for a couple of tough yards. Ball squibbed out, but no fumble. Steve Gabbard, the guy that was right there, the sophomore left tackle for FSU. Massey with the carry. And Bell, by the way, is 3 for 5 for 31 yards so far this evening in Tallahassee. Second down and 8 off the 49-yard line.
Up front for the Gators right now, David Williams and Jeff Zimmerman at the tackle, Charlie Wright, Bob Sims at guard, and Frank McCarthy at center.
High formation as Kerwin Bell gives off to James Massey, and Massey hits him there, but no luck at all because FSU just swarmed him down. Gerald Nichols, senior right tackle, right there to make the hit for the Seminoles.
I think this is the first time all year that Galen didn't wear a hat on the sidelines. I guess he's not afraid of that sun tonight. So. As we look at Galen Hall on the sideline with all the orange and blue Gators players, again, the last game ever for a lot of seniors on that Gator ball club.
3rd and 8, the ball on the 47-yard line now for Florida as they drive on Florida State, and Bell looks to throw. He does, and it is incomplete. Intended for Ricky Nattiel, number 89, and falls as incomplete.
I don't know how it happened, but the Gators had isolated Nattiel on the inside linebacker, Paul McGowan, who in his own right is an All-American prospect, but there was a flag on the play. Ricky was wide open, just couldn't come up with a catch, but it looks like it's against the Noles.
Offsides against the Seminoles, and so they march him back. 19 seconds to play in the first quarter. Florida leading FSU 7-3.
And the Noles right now are sending in a wholesale substitution unit. They play a lot of players on defense. Look at the protection. Kerwin again getting excellent protection from Big Jeff Zimmerman and his compatriots up front. Nattiel all alone on McGowan, but just couldn't come up with a catch. Here comes the rain again.
3rd and 2 off the 42-yard line. Inside handoff, it's going to go to Massey, and he's got the first down. Taken out of bounds on the far side in front of the Florida bench at the 35-yard line. Freddie Jones, the strong side linebacker, takes him out, and good block by Mark McGriff, the tight end.
I tell you what, in the fullback, I think it's Anthony Williams right here. No, it's Ferguson. Watch him unload on the Seminole defense, and you see just a pushing back of the entire Seminole defense right there because of the effort by Ferguson, the fullback.
Just want to mention later in the game that we will be picking our Mid-State Federal player of the game. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for Florida. And the pitch is going to go to Massey. Massey coming to the near side and is taken down inside the 35-yard line, but not too much gain on that play. Paul McGowan makes the tackle. He's a junior weak side linebacker. Right at the 34, so that was a tough yard. We'll be back with the second quarter, but right now let's take time out.
So 7-3 now in this big rivalry, a game that the game plan earlier in the week, you guys were going to go out there with 4 wides like you did against Auburn, changes in a hurry with all the rain. But one thing that never changes is the hate, if you will, for those Florida State Seminoles. Now, I went to high school in Tennessee and wasn't ever really around that Florida State rivalry, but Dunnellon, Mayo, Newberry and Palatka, you guys are right there in the thick of it. And Ross, who ran back that big punt, a Newberry Panther who went to Florida State. I mean, this rivalry, you guys know all about it.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, Keith Ross and I played together at Newberry. He was a really good running back. He was one of the reasons I got recruited. They were coming to recruit him, and they saw me in the process. Love to see him at Florida, but he chose to go on and play pro baseball instead. Then he wanted to get back into football, and that's how he ended up at Florida State. So I knew they had a good player there.
Talk about the rivalry, Ernie.
Oh, I mean, it's as big as they come. I mean, that was 2 schools that I was recruited by. Mickey Andrews over there recruited me coming out of high school. So I watched that game in the early 80s. I watched all these old guys play in the early 80s. So when I got there, that was one of the biggest games. So I listened to it on the radio. Didn't have much TV back then in Dunnellon. So. But I watched them play that game, and I always listened to that game on the radio, watched it on TV, and I knew that was the game that I wanted to be at. And so it was raining, and I'm standing on the sideline, know I'm not playing, and I'm dressed, and I feel I picked a fine game to want to be a part of.
Good day for Ducks. And now, I don't know, I read somewhere that the hatred ran so deep for you, Kerwin Bell, that you refused to watch Smokey and the Bandit? No, it was he wouldn't drive a Trans Am because you had a fine RX-7 when you first stepped on campus. But you were a big part of that rivalry, and it's a great one, isn't it?
Well, you know what, James? We actually didn't hate them that bad. We loved to play them. We owned them during that time.
It was a win for us.
So us, that we felt like we owned those guys. It wasn't like y'all. Y'all used to let them just take you to the woodshed and beat y'all. Back in the 90s.
We beat them when it counted, though, right?
Y'all used to get killed. But we really felt like we owned those guys, just because, you know, we had won since before we got there. They started to streak, and I think this was 6 in a row. So when we went to Florida State, actually in '86, so I did, we felt like that this team was probably better. This is the first year that Florida State we felt like was a better team. Before that, we just felt like we was going to dominate. We knew we was going to win. In '86, they had started turning the corner with us being on probation. This was a team that we really felt like could beat us. And then with the weather situation the way it was, we were not able to throw the football. It put us in a bind a little bit, but we were able to hang on. Our defense played great, had some big turnovers, and we were able to win the football game.
Hey, you better take it easy now. Next time I'm going to make you sit through that 10-3 Kentucky win. All right, we're going to be right back. More Florida State and Florida 1986.
Would you like a brand new name brand laptop for free? That's right, free. If you act now, you can join the lucky people who earn their very own free laptop computer from the Get My Free Laptop program.
I'll admit it, I thought it was too good to be true. But now that I've got my free laptop, I'm a believer.
Well, all I did was register, read the program requirements, and bought some products that I was already interested in.
My new laptop is way better than the one I paid a lot of money for. I'm amazed.
Our sponsors value your participation, and we're willing to reward you for trying their products and services by giving you a free laptop.
I was skeptical until I got my free laptop.
Log on and register today for the Get My Free Laptop program. Get My Free Laptop. The name says it all.
Log on now to GetMyFreeLaptop.com. That's GetMyFreeLaptop.com. GetMyFreeLaptop.com.
It's the Remarkable Series that uncovers the most spectacular tales in sports history. Amazing sports stories. Incredible. Unbelievable. And 100% true. These are the greatest stories never told. This week, it's the tale of the dead man fighting. Sunday. Take a journey down memory lane through baseball's past to a time where history comes alive. Introducing baseball's golden age. See legendary heroes like Ruth, Williams, Robinson, and DiMaggio in a rare collection of footage that brings America's pastime to life like never before. It's an all-new episode when the game changed forever. Sunday.
Best part about it is the adrenaline.
Go from 0 to hero real quick.
You know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Some people just aren't cut out for a desk job. Cleaning up the mess isn't for the faint of heart. Get ready to meet a team that lays it all on the double yellow line. Wrecked. Life in the Crash Lane. New series premieres this week exclusively on Speed.
We begin the second quarter in Tallahassee with the rain falling on Doak Campbell Stadium. Florida 7, Florida State 3, second and 9 on the 34. The Gators in possession, driving on FSU as they drive towards the left side of your screen. I formation being used by Florida. Kerwin Bell to throw, and does, and it is complete out to the 26-yard line to Ed Frazier, number 1. He's taken down by Dion. I always want to say Dion. It's like Dion and the Belmont. Sanders, sophomore out of Fort Myers.
Ed Frazier, Jim, is from Greenville, North Carolina. Has seen very little action this year, but did an excellent job right there catching the football. Gators moving the ball with some success right now, and the rain is coming down in sheets.
So it's third down, and call it 1. And the give is going to go to Octavius Gould, who rips it for the first down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Fred Jones and Greg Newell combined to make the stop.
Well, coming into this ball game, the Gators were last in the Southeastern Conference running the football, but you can't tell that by what we're looking at on the screen tonight. Look at the blocking by that great offensive line. The performance is terrific tonight by David Williams and Jeff Zimmerman and their compatriots up front as Octavius Gould moved the ball forward for a first down.
Look at that rainfall here in Tallahassee. For FSU, 8 yards total offense. For Florida, 88 as we are just into the second quarter of play
that's
at Tallahassee.
An unbelievable number, 8 yards total offense by the Noles in the first half. The Gators are threatening now with the football.
First and 10 off the 20-yard line, and the carry by James Massey moves the football down to about the 17-yard line before he's taken down. Massey from nearby Jefferson County High School in Monticello.
Very impressive drive right here by the Florida Gators. They started back around their own 30-yard line. and they've moved the ball consistently and are threatening the Seminoles right here as the ball is about on the 16, 17-yard line of the Noles.
Credit Shiver with the tackle, 2nd and 7 off the 17-yard line right now for Florida. And the give off again is going to go to Massey as he gets the call, and he's inside the 15-yard line.
Charlie Wright doing a nice job from San Juan Capistrano, California, 6'4", 258. Big Charlie Wright, a junior college transfer at the offensive guard position, and with Bob Sims as well, doing a nice job. Number 77 at the offensive guard for the Gators.
McGowan and Gabbard on the hit for the Noles. 3rd and 3 from the 13-yard line. 12 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the second quarter. Darrell Woolard, 21, splits to the bottom of your screen. As Kerwin Bell gives again to Massey, who's inside the 10-yard line at the 9-yard line.
Forward progress, Jim, beyond the first down marker, clearly right there.
So the Seminoles, Fred Jones and Paul McGowan again combining. Massey, prior to that carry, had 7 for 20 yards. So he's definitely a candidate for our Mid-State Federal Player of the Game award.
There's no doubt what the Gators were going to do here. 3rd and short, they were going to line up and ram it right at the Noles. Steve Gabbard just bounced right off of Ferguson.
Trying to keep it down.
1st and goal on the 9 for Florida. 12 minutes and 20 seconds to play. As the give-off goes to Massey again, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play for James Massey. Steve Gabbard, the left side tackle, along with Stan Shiver, the sophomore strong safety, making the tackle for FSU.
One thing that the rain has done is taken the Seminole fans out of this ball game. It's kind of dampened their spirits, and the other thing that's dampened their spirits is the ability that the University of Florida offense has shown to move the football.
Well, Florida actually lost on that last carry, so it's 2nd down and goal on the 10-yard line. Slot offense to the left side. The give is going to go to Massey. He hits it to the 8-yard line, but he's stacked up as Gabbard and Jones combine to make the tackle for FSU.
Fred Jones, number 55, the senior, has had an excellent career here at Florida State, playing very well out there tonight at the inside linebacker position. The Noles tightening down on defense right now with their backs against the wall. 3rd and goal for the Gators. Obvious passing situation.
At the 8-yard line with a little over 11 minutes to play in the first half, and Florida sitting on a 7-3 lead.
Look for a timeout, perhaps. The Gators are showing some confusion right here. Yeah, Kerwin's going to say, hey, let's think this thing over, call timeout.
3rd and 8. 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line for the Gators. Slot offense to the left side. Kerwin Bell. The give off to Massey. Massey fights, and he gets up to the 2-yard line before he's taken down. 6 first downs for Florida this evening, and Bell is 4 for 6 with 39 yards. That brings up 4th down and goal on the 3.
Well, the Gator offensive staff, Galen Hall, trying to cross the Seminoles up right there. I mentioned I thought it was an obvious passing situation. So did the Nole defense. What the Gators did was come with a run and almost got it in the end zone.
Massey 11 carries for 30 yards this evening, and they've all been tough yards. Ewing will hold, Bird will snap, and the kick will come from Jeff Dawson off of the 10-yard line, a 20-yard attempt, and it is through and good. And so the University of Florida Fighting Gators lead FSU 10-3.
All right, so 10-3, and we've broken it all down where these guys are now, but let's take a step back and where you came from. Back in those high school days, you guys were all outstanding players, but different roads that you took to get to the University of Florida. Take us back to the recruiting days, if you will, Jarvis.
Mine was pretty easy. I was 45 miles straight, Highway 20, so, you know, I seen a lot of Florida games. You know, went a couple of times, really enjoyed it. That was really, most of everything around Palaga was, you know, you had to be a Gator. So, you know, it's pretty easy for me. And, you know, like I said, John L. went the year before I did, and that made a pretty simple decision for me.
And the coaches didn't mind going out to Newberry. They had backyard barbecue back then?
No, not back then.
Man,
it's
good now.
Yeah, it's real good stuff.
But right down the road for you, too, huh, Ricky?
Yeah, right down the road. Obviously, I grew up being a Gator all my life. Wasn't as easy for me to get there as guys like, you know, these blue chip guys like Jarvis and John L. But part of the reason how I did get there is a guy that's playing with Florida State, Keith Ross. You know, like I said, they were recruiting him the year before. He's a year ahead of me, and I got a look when they came out to see him, and Coach Shanahan saw me, saw that I was pretty good athlete, and he gave me a chance. But I knew I wanted to be a Gator, and once I was given the opportunity, that was a dream come true.
Ricky's cousin Mike, of course, following in his footsteps, a great linebacker for the Gators. Nephew, I'm sorry, and Jarvis's son had committed already to JU before he knew Kerwin. Man, shoot, it's too late to bail, huh? Too late to bail. Well, Ernie, how about you? Dunellen right down the road, right down by Ocala, right, where you went to high school?
Yeah, Dunellen right down the road. We had 3 guys that was on the squad with these guys. Rick Eastman, Vito McKeever, and Roger Silver, those guys from Dunellen, a little small town. And so I got to be a Gator from watching those guys. And I watched them in high school, watched them in Florida, so I was a big fan. And Mike Heimerdinger was the recruiting guy and the receiver coach, and eventually moved me to receiver. But those guys recruited me, and I didn't take any other visits. I knew exactly where I wanted to go.
Well, Dinger's still out there recruiting those Gators. He's out in Denver now as the offensive coordinator with the Broncos with Shanahan, a former Gator. And just in this year's draft, shoot, they got a lot of Gators going out there. Jarvis Morris, Marcus Thomas, Steve Harris is going out there too. Kerwin, no respect for you at all during the recruiting process. You used to get letters from schools and they didn't even spell your name right? Huh? Yeah. No, that's true, isn't
Kevin
it?
Bill?
Yeah, Kevin Bill. We're recruiting a young quarterback out of Mayo named Kevin Bill.
No, it was a tough situation. In fact, I'm so thankful that no small colleges offered me, because I would have went there. You know, here's a little boy grew up on a tobacco farm. I didn't know much about college athletics, and I knew I wanted to play, but I really thought Valdosta State was going to be a team that offered me. They were the only team that actually watched me play in live, in person. And the coach, when he left there that night after the game, he said, "Hey, if any other the major colleges don't offer it, we want you." Well, lo and behold, right before signing day, they went with some junior college quarterbacks. So that then gave me an opportunity. I knew I had to walk on if I wanted to play at the next level. And I grew up, my wife was a Gator. She always went to the Florida games, and I became a Gator growing up there. Went to summer camp before my senior year there at the football camp. And I'll never forget, I walked into, what's the coach, special teams coach?
House Adams?
House Adams. Coach Adams, and said, "Coach, I want to walk on." He said, "Well, we'll give you a shot. That's about all we can promise you." But I walked on there and was 8th-string quarterback, and had opportunity then in 1 year to become the starter there. And so I was blessed to be put in that position and have an opportunity to play that many years at the University of Florida.
Shoot, it was either that or hanging backer back in Mayo, right? We'll be right back here on Gridiron Grades.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this simple capsule could make a man larger. There was a lot of skepticism that a simple capsule could do such an amazing thing. A capsule that can make a man larger? But now, 5 years later, Extens has sold over 100 million capsules to men of all ages all over the world.
That's because the key ingredient in Extens has been scientifically proven to increase the size of that certain part of the male body. It's not a gimmick, it's real science. Now with over 100 million Extens capsules taken by men, it's hard to be skeptical. Extens was designed to do only one thing, make you larger regardless of age.
We're so sure Extens will make you larger, we're going to give you a week's supply absolutely free. All you pay for is the postage stamp.
A week's supply of Extens for the cost of a postage stamp. If Extens didn't do something pretty amazing, could we afford to do this? Call now for your free week's supply of Extens. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
Would you like a brand new name brand laptop for free? That's right, free. If you act now, you can join the lucky people who earn their very own free laptop computer from the Get My Free Laptop program.
I'll admit it, I thought it was too good to be true. But now that I've got my free laptop, I'm a believer.
Well, all I did was register, read the program requirements, and bought some products that I was already interested in.
My new laptop is way better than the one I paid a lot of money for. I'm amazed.
Our sponsors value your participation, and we're willing to reward you for trying their products and services by giving you a free laptop.
I was skeptical until I got my free laptop.
Log on and register today for the Get My Free Laptop program. Get My Free Laptop. The name says it all.
Log on now to GetMyFreeLaptop.com. That's GetMyFreeLaptop.com. GetMyFreeLaptop.com.
How many of you would scratch people's eyes out and take everything to be a footballer? You have to live it. You have to breathe it. It's got to envelop you. I'm coming to see if we can find the player.
Get on the ball!
It doesn't matter how good you think you are.
This is the dream. Are you the one?
A new reality show, Soccer Dreams, exclusively on Fox Soccer Channel.
We look at the blue-eyed Chief Osceola, and he stands there impassive, sits on his horse. Kickoff by Florida. It's going to go deep and will be taken at the 11-yard line, and it'll be taken by Carter, and Carter comes across the 25 to the 27-yard line before he's taken down by the University of Florida's Steve Loden, number 30 off special teams.
All right, the most impressive stat right now is that the Seminoles have 8 total yards on offense. We got a little over 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. I can't believe that the Gator defense can continue to dominate this powerful Seminole offense that's averaged 33 points per game.
First and 10 off the 27, and the pitch is going to go to the tailback, and he carries it to the 34-yard line. And Sammy Smith, the 6'2", 219-pounder out of Apopka, taken down by Scott Armstrong and Rodney Weston.
Well, Sammy on that run just matched the total offensive output the Seminoles had to that point. Sammy Smith, one of the most highly recruited running backs ever in the state of Florida. Now seeing action for the Noles.
14 plays, 66 yards, possession 651. Jeff Dawson, and they call the field goal 19 yards. 2nd and 3 at the 34 for the Noles, and the give off is going to go to Dane Williams, a sophomore fullback. He's taken down by Jeff Roth, another sophomore from Seminole, Florida, for the Gators. Bobby Bowden has not beaten the Galen Hall coached Gator team. But what success he's had here in Tallahassee.
He's one of the most popular coaches in college football. A gentleman and a scholar, they call him.
He really is. 3rd down and 2 on the 35-yard line now for FSU. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Florida leading 10-3. Seminoles trying to get back in it as McManus throws, and it is complete to his tight end, and he's across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Tom O'Malley, sophomore out of Darien, Connecticut. Lewis Oliver and Adrian White combining to make a stop for the Gators.
Tom O'Malley catching the pass that Pat Carter dropped earlier in the first quarter. Again, the Noles trying to go to the tight end with a bit of delay action right here. They're letting the wide receivers get deep, and now he's going to dump the ball to his tight end, who's wide open. The Gator linebackers have dropped out of coverage. O'Malley, who has 13 receptions coming into this ball game, does a nice job. Now the Noles are across that 50-yard line.
And at 6'3", 240, he's a pretty good-sized guy. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line now for Florida State. They have moved the football into Florida territory. That was a 16-yard reception for Mr. O'Malley.
And the Seminoles' first down of the ball game.
McManus gives off. The give-off goes to Sammy Smith, still on his feet and fighting as he gets to the 42-yard line. Steve Stipe, senior outside linebacker out of Wake Forest, Georgia, makes the hit for the Gators.
Jason Kuipers, number 62, doing a nice job with Jim Henley at the center position, and Mark Salva, who's also from Winter Park, Florida, playing the other guard position, doing a nice job up front on this series for the Noles. Sammy Smith coming into this ball game with almost 500 yards rushing, but he's yet to perform to the capabilities that everyone expected of him.
2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line for FSU, as McManus gives again to Sammy Smith, trying to turn it outside, taken down inside the 35 at the 34-yard line, and it is young Kerry Watkins, the freshman out of Pensacola, who makes the hit on Sammy.
Well, the Noles coming into this ball game were averaging 186 yards per game on the ground. That's almost 60 yards more than the Gators were averaging running the football. Look at that gigantic hole right there as the Noles do a nice job up front. Kerry Watkins with the hog tie tackle.
That's the 2nd first down of the game for the Seminoles. 1st and 10 off the 34-yard line now as the Gators dig in with 4 down linemen up front. And McManus gives to Sammy Smith again. He's stacked up as he hits the line. Going nowhere there, big Henry Brown making the hit. Despite the rain, the attendance record tonight, 62,307 here in Tallahassee. 2nd and 10 off the 34-yard line. And the pitch is going to go to Sammy Smith, and Sammy taken down after maybe a short gain by Kerry Watkins coming in from the left corner position.
By number 4, Kerry Watkins. Very uncharacteristic of any Seminole offense to go too long without putting the ball in the air. So that Gator defense right now might be lulled to sleep trying to stop that run on this particular series. The Noles are running, but they might come up with an attempt to go over the top with a football.
Here we look at Kerry Watkins, who's having an excellent game, as he said, an excellent season. Smith is 5 for 25 yards this evening. 6:12 to play in the first half. Florida 10, FSU 3. Ball off the 31-yard line, and McManus is being chased. Throws a quick one out there. It is complete. And taken down at the 20-yard line is Tom O'Malley, the tight end. Second catch of the evening. Kerry Watkins makes the hit.
Number 4, Kerry Watkins.
Seminoles picking up their third first down.
Jason Lamberth, or is it Clifford Charlton almost makes the sack, but it's a bit of a bootleg action, and McManus eludes the tackle, hitting his tight end, dragging across underneath the linebackers for the first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Seminoles with a little over 6 minutes to play in the first half. That was an 11-yard gain. The Gators leading 10-3, trying to protect that lead. And the Noles driving on Florida. Sammy Smith again on the counter and taken down at the 16-yard line. Lewis Oliver, the free safety, and what a hitter he is from Belglade, from Glade Central High School.
Well, these young men are going after it tonight. Lewis Oliver had a few words to say to Sammy Smith right there. Everything is not only physical, but it's a mental game out there. You have to keep your poise. One side is always trying to intimidating the other, and especially on defense. A lot of intimidators generally play on the defensive unit.
2nd and 5 on the 15-yard line. Smith 6 carries for 30 yards. So he's having an evening off of the I formation. And the pitch is going to go to Smith, and he's throwing for the end zone. It'll be incomplete. It was intended in the end zone for Darren Holliman, 24, and good coverage by Oliver and Watkins.
Now, there was an example of trying to lull that Gator defense to sleep with the run, and then what do? They let the tailback throw the pass. He was well covered, though. The secondary did not go for the bait.
So that'll make 3rd down and 5 with the ball on the 15-yard line for FSU. McManus is now 2 out of 6 for 27 yards. As the Noles come to the football, splitting receivers left and right, they go with an I, and McManus looks over the Florida D. The pitch is going to go to the tailback, and he rips it inside the 10-yard line. Tanner Holloman, a senior from Tallahassee at the fullback position. Jarvis Williams makes the hit inside the 10. Tanner Holloman.
Keith Ross coming on the field right there at the tailback position. The Noles crossing up the Gator defense. They had the Gators stunning inside. The inside linebackers were shooting the gaps. But what the Noles do, they got off tackle. They got outside and escaped the blitz. An excellent play call by Bobby Bowden and his offensive staff.
That must be waterproof. The two Hollamans are brothers. 1st and goal at the 8 for the Noles on the counter again. The Gators sniff that out at the 6-yard line as Arthur White makes the hit on Zane Williams, the sophomore fullback, number 49. There's 4 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the first half. The Gators lead FSU 10-3.
Well, another mental error. The Noles moving the ball physically, but now they shoot themselves in the foot with the mental error on offense.
So that's going to move the football back to the 13-yard line.
It was a dead ball foul. Too much time is what the call was there, Jim.
4 minutes, 35 seconds to play first half. FSU 6 penalties for 39 yards. Danny McManus with receivers left and right. Number 14 out of South Broward High School. Williams is the up back. And the carry by McManus over center. Henley with the block and brought down by Scott Armstrong.
Well, he fumbled the exchange right there. Jim Henley, the center. Danny McManus had a fumble on the exchange. McManus thought discretion was the better part of valor and simply fell on the football, which is what he should have done. He might have tried to pick it up and continue with the play, but that's very, very dangerous. And you don't want to ruin a drive like this. It's been so successful by doing something careless. So he just simply fell on the football.
2nd and 14 at the 14-yard line. McManus pitches to Sammy Smith, trying to turn it outside, and he is close to the end zone, knocked out at the 1-yard line. Sammy Smith carries that football down to the 1-yard line.
Well, that's the Sammy Smith that they've been looking for here in Tallahassee. He was not about to be denied. Right there, he had a tremendous opening on the outside. He dipped into the line of scrimmage a little bit, then used his speed to get outside. The Noles were pulling both guards. There's Sammy, takes a little dip. Now he's getting outside. Just great blocking by the Seminoles up front. Now watch this effort. He leaves at the 5-yard line and comes down inside the 1.
12-yard carry, 3rd and goal at the 1 for the Seminoles as Danny McManus looks over the Florida D. Again, the pitch is going to go to Smith, and he's in the end zone for the score. So Sammy Smith, 33, has raced into the end zone, and we've got a 10-9 ball game. So they get ready to go for the extra point.
Excuse me, Big Pat Tarmerlin, the 300-pound tackle, just caved in that side of the line of scrimmage right there, and Sammy Smith stumbled into the end zone. Now the Noles are back in the thick of the battle. 10-9 with the extra point coming up by Schmidt.
So Derek Schmidt will attempt the extra point. The snap will come from Marty Riggs, and the hold by Lewis Berry, number 6. 3:37 to play in the first half. 10-9, and FSU seeks to tie it up with the extra point. He boots it, and it is good. And so we've got a tie ball game, 10-10 in Tallahassee, as the Seminoles, Sammy Smith goes into the end zone with the score, and that matches Octavia School's score, and they have exchanged field goals. So we've got a 10-10 ball game.
So 10-10, and Cosette Bell warming up that baton. She's about to go out there. Kerwin's wife, Cosette, part of that halftime show. What are they called? The Gator what? The Gator?
The Majorettes.
The Gatorets. The Gatorettes.
Yeah.
Gatorettes. There, you better not forget that one. That's who cracks the whip in that household, I'll promise you that. And speaking of bands, you know, even back in the day, the Tomahawk Chop going, you guys like it? Because I love it. That fires me up. I mean, here in Rocky Top, all these traditions at these other schools even that they feed off of, it's all part of it, and I really enjoy it. Did you guys like it back then?
It was,
no?
Yeah. No? I enjoyed it.
Thanks, Jarvis.
It fired me up too, especially beginning of the game when, you know, both teams comes out, India comes out with a little, you know, spear and everything.
That's
we walk.
Right.
You know,
I like the spear. That's what
you know, everybody get all pumped up and everything. So, you know, good little brawl.
The chop, they didn't come up with the chop. They copied somebody else with the chop. Now, the spear thing, that was all right. That got me going.
They copied somebody else with the spear thing, actually. Native Americans used to hunt with those things back in the day. How about you, Kerwin? Did you like it? You get fired up when that guy get off the horse for the Gators?
For the Gators?
When they get fired up for the Gators.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we're paying you a lot of money to sit here and talk, Kerwin. You're not doing a very good job in this segment.
When the Seminole got off the horse.
For the Gators. Hey, I'll tell you what. Let's let Cosette go do her thing here at halftime. We're going to get some water. We're going to come back for the second half. It's 10-10. We got a good one on Gridiron Greats.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this simple capsule could make a man larger. There was a lot of skepticism that a simple capsule could do such an amazing thing. A capsule that can make a man larger? But now, 5 years later, Extends has sold over 100 million capsules to men of all ages all over the world.
That's because the key ingredient in Extends has been scientifically proven to increase the size of that certain part of the male body. It's not a gimmick, it's real science. Now with over 100 million Extends capsules taken by men, it's hard to be skeptical. Extends was designed to do only one thing, make you larger regardless of age.
We're so sure Extends will make you larger, we're going to give you a week's supply absolutely free. All you pay for is the postage stamp.
A week's supply of Extends for the cost of a postage stamp. If Extends didn't do something pretty amazing, could we afford to do this? Call now for your free week's supply of Extends. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
For one magical night this summer, baseball history will take over New York City.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
Baseball's greats come for the final All-Star game ever at Yankee Stadium. The celebration begins 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, tomorrow, only on Fox.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Thursday, we're reliving some of the greatest moments in sports with the men that called them. Al Michaels and Jim Nantz in a Best Damn special. And on Friday, the best fighters in the world delivering the greatest knockouts ever.
Now Bob Fruitman, he KOs Rio the Shark Shonen.
It's Best Damn's Top 50 Beatdown. This week at 11.
Every night of the week, bringing you all the action from the world of sports. The Final Score, presented by DirecTV. Weeknights on FSN.
Kickoff to begin the second half. It's going to go deep and will be taken by FSU at the 11-yard line, and carries forward. Still on his feet across the 25 to the 26-yard line is Dexter Carter.
And a big Gator making that play was Bill Lang. Bill Lang came down there and gave his body up, forced the ball carrier to slow down, and then the Gator teammates make the tackle.
So it's 1st and 10 with the ball on the 25-yard line for the Seminoles as we begin play in the second half at Doak Campbell Stadium. Florida coming in 5-5 and FSU 6-3-1 and headed for the All-American Bowl, a 17-yard return. Danny McManus has gone all the way at quarterback for the Noles, and he gives off to the fullback Dane Williams, a big sophomore out of Leesburg, and he hits it into the line for not much gain. Pat Moore from Pensacola Escambia making the hit for Florida.
Big Dane Williams, the fullback, very similar to the Gators' Anthony Williams. Big, strong fullback that the Gators are so proud of.
Averaging 4.5 yards per carry this year. One of those solid inside guys. And you know that fullback, he doesn't get a chance to dance around. All of his carries are tough inside. 2nd and 9. And the ball at the 26-yard line for FSU. And the pitch is going to go to Sammy Smith, who turns it upfield. He's across the 30. He's still on his feet across the 35 to the 37, 38-yard line before he's taken down as he picks up the first down. Pat Moore and Ricky Mulberry making the tackle.
Mark Salva, number 63, the guard, with Jason Kuipers. Watch him pulling. Look at Dane Williams to 49, throwing a crushing block right there, freeing Sammy Smith on the corner. Now he's going to break the tackle of Adrian White and finally gets knocked out of bounds. Excellent play by the Seminoles.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Sammy Smith's 14-yard gain. He's had 12 carries, 65 yards this evening here at Doak. Slot offense to the right side as McManus gives again to Sammy Smith, and he's across the 45 to the 46-yard line, and Scott Armstrong takes him down, the senior from Ocala Forest High School.
Pat Moore in with Scott Armstrong at the inside linebacker position right now, but the Noles are controlling the line of scrimmage here early in the 3rd quarter. Excellent running game they're showing right now.
6-yard pickup, 2nd down 4, ball on the 46. Here comes Danny McManus to the line. He's got receivers left and right. Gainer 3 split at the top of your screen as he gives off on the counter to Williams, and Williams taken down by a host of Gators. And the first guy to say hello was Clifford Charlton, who played at Tallahassee Leon. So he's got a lot of family and friends here today.
If the Gators had had a better record this season, Clifford Charlton would be getting a lot of All-American notice and would certainly be All-Southeastern Conference. But because the Gators were 2-4 in the Southeastern Conference, Clifford Charlton didn't get the notice that he really deserved.
3rd down and 4 on the 47-yard line. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. A 10-10 ball game between Florida State and Florida. Receivers left and right. And the pitch is going to go to Sammy Smith, and Sammy Smith still on his feet. Good gain. He is across the 35, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's in the end zone. Sammy Smith bursting off the 48-yard line and racing all the way into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play at the 41, which is going to nullify a great run. Let's take a look at it.
Well, Sammy Smith right here gets the bin back because he gets some movement up front by his offensive teammates on that line. Now he's going to bounce outside. Rondy Weston makes a dive at him. Look who's throwing the block, Danny McManus. Now Mulberry misses the tackle, and Sammy Smith has track speed. He can run on the track team here at Florida State if he wants to, and he did last year, by the way. He's in the end zone, but it does not count.
A hold against FSU.
And the Seminole fan can't believe it, and I can't believe it either. A big run like that, and your team is penalized with a holding penalty.
That takes the football back to the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a yard.
And the thing that's so unusual about it is that rarely do they call holding on running plays.
McManus pitches, and this pitch goes to the tailback, and that would be Keith Ross, number 20, carrying the football, and he has got the 1st down. Arthur White makes the tackle.
And there's a Gator injured on the field. It looks like it is Steve Stipe, the senior from Waycross, Georgia, has a shoulder problem, but he's going to stay in the game. No, the trainers are out to talk to him right now.
Well, Steve has come on very strong and done an excellent job here at Florida as he has walked off the field. Smith, by the way, 14 carries for 82 yards, and we're just into the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes, 4 seconds to play in this 3rd period, and a 10-10 ball game. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of Florida for the Seminoles. They split Gaynor out to the left side, and McManus goes with the I. The up back would be Dane Williams. The give off is going to go once again to Keith Ross, and Ross rips it across the 40, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, taken down by Keith Williams and by Adrian White. So a nice carry for this young man who comes from Archer, Florida, or rather Newberry, Florida. He's 5'10", 187, and a sophomore. Ross 3 carries for 16 yards.
Just tremendous blocking by Dane Williams, the fullback, and Mark Salva, the guard, on the trap right there, doing an excellent job. Big Mark Salva is number 63 for the Noles.
2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line for FSU as they drive on Florida. The pitch is going to go once again to Keith Ross, and Ross is hit and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Good play by Adrian White, the senior strong safety out of Orange Park.
A lot of pressure on the strong safety to come up and stuff that outside running play, and did he ever do it right there? Adrian White, watch him come up at the top of your screen, diving over the attempted block of Dane Williams, or is it, no, it's Mark Salva, the guard, that's trying to block him. Adrian White jumps right over Salva to make the hit in the backfield.
3rd and 6 on the 42-yard line. 10:38 to play in the 3rd quarter. FSU driving on Florida as the rain falls in Tallahassee. And McManus with the time throws, and he gets his tight end at about the 37-yard line. Pat Carter, the junior out of Sarasota, Florida, number 85, going to be short of the 1st down.
About 2 yards short, I think. The big, strong free safety, Lewis Oliver, who weighs 213 pounds, made the hit on big Pat Carter right there. The Noles are forced to go for 3, and the rain is coming down heavily right now.
I think they're going to punt. Barry is number 6. Although he holds for the kicks, he's in deep position. So they're going to punt on 4th and 2 off the 38-yard line, and his kick is going to come from the midfield stripe. Fake punt. And the snap goes to the up back Williams, and he's taken down. Dane Williams taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, getting Bobby Bowden at his own game. He's known for faking those punts. I mean, that's his thing, the big special teams play. That's pretty big for the Gators to keep in this one.
It is. You know, he's very well known for him. They had a lot of success with him, too. So we were pretty much prepared for it. You know, we had a coach named Coach Adams, and he had us looking out for it. It was like on the prevent defense, and we came up and made a big play on him. You know, the defense on the field for a while, but we needed to stop him. We came up with one.
Well, of course, Bobby Bowden, well known for those special teams, the trickery there. These guys well known as Gators, but as NFL greats as well. NFL and CFL right here for Kerwin Bell. But you guys, let's quickly a little brief overview of the NFL careers. Pittsburgh Steelers a long time and finished up with the Cowboys, right, Ernie?
Yeah, I got drafted in '91, third round, and had 6 good years there. I got an opportunity to play in the Super Bowl in '95 and start that game. And one of the highlights of my career of getting into that Super Bowl. Play 9 years, only get there once, so that's the goal of everybody who plays this game is to win that game. And but I had an injury in Dallas that ended my career after 9 years, so 9 long, short years, however you want to look at it. But it was a great experience for me, and it's a great opportunity.
And Kerwin, it's always a great opportunity to get in there and complete them all, right? 5 of 5, is that what it was at your game with the Colts?
That was it. That was my career, 5 for 5.
5
for 75 yards and a touchdown.
And a great career in the CFL as well. Not just as a player, but towards the end there as a player coach, which I'm guessing was a big springboard.
You know, James, I played 13 years all together, CFL, NFL, World League, and I didn't get to play a whole lot. Started up in the CFL and had a pretty good career up there. But, you know, it's funny how life sometimes happens for a reason. I did it because I enjoyed playing. I didn't make a lot of money doing it because I was always second or third string. But I learned so much as far as getting into my next career. I really believe I've got so much experience as a coach because what I did as a player. And then, you know, obviously having the chance there in Toronto to be a player coach for the last couple of years as the offensive coordinator and the quarterback really prepared me for what I'm doing today.
And you know what just blows me away, Ricky, is how that Canadian accent rubbed off on him. I mean, it's like sitting here listening to Bob and Doug McKenzie, eh?
You make that
no way.
Mayo,
yeah,
man.
I mean,
got his own little twang.
The guy grew up there in Mayo, and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, he's almost Canadian.
He's got his own little twang there.
How about you, one of the three amigos? A great career for you, too, with the Denver Broncos.
Yes, it was. I was drafted. It's been 20 years now, believe it or not. I'm the '87 first round with the Broncos. I was there 7 years. I was able to play in 2 Super Bowls. Unfortunately, we lost them both, but it was a great experience. It was a good career. I enjoyed it. Played with a good quarterback and there like I did in college with Kerwin, John Elway, who later went on to win 2 Super Bowls. So I've always been blessed as a receiver to have good quarterbacks, and that makes my job real easy.
Some of these guys get stuck way away from home. You have no decision usually on where you're going unless you're a free agent. Then you just got a handful. Jarvis Williams, high school, college, and then the NFL right down the road, all in the Sunshine State, right?
Can't beat it. You can't beat it. Played 7 years in Miami, played here in Florida. Played with some Hall of Famers, Dan Marino and, Mark Clayton, and Mark Duper. You don't really realize a lot of things that he was doing at the time when you're playing with him, but, being a fan now, looking at a lot of stuff that I do now, it's just a whole different perspective on things. But enjoy those guys. I mean, a lot of good friends, but really enjoyed playing with Coach Shula and Marino and a lot of guys there.
And you were there up in Philly, weren't you? Coach Shula's big one.
Well, he broke the record up there. I mean, part of it, we played well, and it was something that he really wanted to get out of the way, but it was exciting being part of it. But like I said, you don't really take it, really the big picture of it until you get out of the game and how people look back on it. So it's good to be a part of a lot of things people want to talk about.
Laces out, Dan.
Jarvis and I was both drafted by the Dolphins same year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was second rounder. I was 7th rounder. But let me tell you a story about Jarvis.
Yes.
We used to go home. Get back up here as much as we could. So during mini camps, after we'd get a break, he was the fastest guy I've ever seen to go from Miami to Gainesville. I mean, like 3 hours. It was like an airplane ride in a car.
Really? Really?
He scared me.
I got a story for you too that was Kerwin.
Oh, go ahead.
His RX-7. He was coming back home from Miami, it was tired. I think it was mini camp.
Not the blue one.
Yes, the blue RX-7.
Wow.
I'm telling you. On 95. Going home and, go from 4-lane to 3-lane because they cut the lanes off. We're going home tired and I'm just looking and I'm halfway sleeping. Kurt was over there just going, I was still the lanes finna end and the cones are coming. He's still going towards the cones. I look over, he halfway asleep. I done hit him on the side, hit him everywhere. He wakes up, he 2 or 3 lanes over again. I said, I would never, ever ride with you again.
Wow. And guys, I have actually seen an old news channel from Jacksonville went to Mayo and did a story on him when he was going to Florida. I saw that RX-7 and his proof. And this is a quote now, this is in the quote book. People think I'm country, that I gotta be driving a big truck and all, but as you see, I really ain't that country. And there's just, his proof was the RX-7. Well, that about does it, right? We gotta get a quick break. We'll be right back with Gridiron Greats. I really ain't that country.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this...
Only on Fox Reality Channel. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to later in the third quarter.
The ball on the 27.
So off of the 27-yard line with 8:50 to play third quarter, it is 1st and 10. McManus at the quarterback position, I formation, receivers left and right for McManus. The give off is going to go to Sammy Smith, and he is stacked up as he hits the 28-yard line. So he might have gotten a tough yard or so, but Henry Brown and Keith Williams combined to make the stop for the Gators.
This is the kind of ball game that linemen love. You know, those offensive and defensive linemen, they love to get out there in this mud and slop it up. The ball can't be put in the air too successfully with this under these kind of conditions, so everybody knows that you're probably going to run the ball 8 out of every 10 times you attempt it.
28-yard punt
to move the football.
Smith closing in on 100 yards, 15 carries for 84. 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line as McManus fakes and throws, and he's got his tight end complete for a first down at the 40 to Tom O'Malley. Number 92, Steve Stipe and Arthur White making the hit for Florida. So the Seminoles pick up their 7th first down of the evening.
Bootleg, fake the football to the tailback. Now look for the tight end dragging across underneath the linebackers. Pat Moore closing finally to make the hit on O'Malley, but not before he picks up a big first down for the Noles.
12 yards on that carry, or on that completion. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Noles right off the 40-yard line. The pitch again is going to go to Smith, and Smith still on his feet but sworn down. Hit 2 or 3 times and still kept his balance, and the Gators finally take him down, and Henry Brown is right in there along with Scott Armstrong.
Henry Brown on the stop for the Gators.
Pitch the ball to the tailback, off tackle. Henry Brown closing in to make the hit along with Scott Armstrong. There's Scott making the final hit on the play. A lot of orange hats on the ball carrier.
2nd down and 11 yards to go for the Seminoles. They're on their 40-yard line. McManus hands off on the reverse, and that's Darren Holloman turns upfield, and he gets into Florida territory before he's taken down. He picks up a first down to about the 47-yard line, and Jarvis Williams makes the tackle. Well, they run that reverse very well here in Tallahassee.
But Darren Holloman is going to get hit in the backfield. It looks like Clifford Charlton, but he gives Clifford a little bit of a wrinkle, and he can't make the tackle. Holloman escapes down the field for the first down inside Gator territory. Clifford Charlton had him dead to rights, but Darren Holloman was very elusive and escaped.
14-yard gain, 1st and 10, the ball at the 46-yard line. I formation, and the give-off is going to go to the up-back who hits it for maybe a tough yard before Keith Williams makes the tackle on him. Dane Williams on the carry.
Number 30,
Bobby Bowden,
the ball carrier.
Right now,
on
the
the
Noles,
sideline.
Jim, excuse me, right now the Noles have 162 yards total offense to the Gators 111 after having only 8 total yards in the first quarter.
2nd down and 9 on the 45 with 5:59 to play third period. 10-10 the score. Going off the 45-yard line, McManus's pitch is going to go to Sammy Smith, and Smith turns it across the 40 to the 39-yard line. So a nice carry for Sammy Smith, and Scott Armstrong, Lewis Oliver take him down. We've got a flag on the play.
Well, again, a lack of poise right here by the Gator defense. The Noles were pushing and shoving, and after the whistle had blown, somebody took offense, so to speak, to the pushing and shoving, but it's always the last guy that makes the hit, and here goes 15 yards walked off against the Gator defense.
That is really going to give FSU excellent field position inside the 25 of the 24. Smith has had 17 carries for 89 yards. He's 11 yards away from having a 100-yard game. So a first down for the Noles at the 24 with 5:40 to play in the third period. And a 10-10 tie. FSU 9 penalties for 79 yards and Florida 4 for 40 yards. Receivers left and right as Danny McManus makes the calls, and the give-off is going to go to the fullback straight up the middle, and that would be Tanner Holloman, number 30. He's taken down by Lewis Oliver, but what a nice carry for him.
Tanner Holloman is the brother of Darren Holloman, who ran so well on the reverse earlier in this drive. The Noles were looking very impressive right here as they move the ball consistently, running the football, dropping it to the tight end on the bootleg on occasion.
So it's 2nd and 2. The ball on the 16-yard line now for the Seminoles. High formation being used by the Noles. McManus gives off to Sammy Smith, and he cuts it to the 10. He picks up the first down. Brought down by Scott Armstrong.
Sammy Smith makes the cutback right here. Nice blocking up front by Joey Ionata. Then a big hit delivered by Lewis Oliver, stopping Sammy in his tracks on the 10-yard line. It's either 1st and goal or 1st and 10 with an opportunity to make a first down on about the 1-inch line. Let's see what they're going to call it.
Smith, 18 carries for 95 yards.
Looks like 1st and goal.
1st and goal on the 10 for the Seminoles as the Gator defense digs in, being really put to the test. The give-off goes to the up-back, the fullback, and he hits it into the line. Dane Williams before he's brought down, and it was Keith Williams making the tackle on it.
Charlton and Jason Lambert on the tackle for the
So
Gators.
4 minutes and 9 seconds to play third quarter, 10-10 the score. The Seminoles have driven on Florida. 2nd and goal at the 7. And here they come.
Big
Henley
Pat
is the big
Tarmerlin,
center.
300-pounder right there with Pat Carter, number 85, lining up beside him.
I formation. The pitch is going to go to Sammy Smith, and he gets it to the 6-yard line.
Nice effort right there by Scott Armstrong and the Gator defense. Arthur White in on the hit also. Closing ranks inside their own 5-yard line right now, that Gator defense is.
Really getting tough down there, but they've got to, the way the Noles have been driving the field. 3rd down and goal on the 6. 3:26 to play third quarter. 10-10 the score. Third down for the Noles. Danny McManus, the quarterback. McManus rolling, looking for somebody in the end zone, and taken out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. But that's going to bring up 4th down.
Kerry Watkins did an excellent job right there. He was back in coverage, but then he had to break on McManus's running attempt, and did he ever get there in a hurry? McManus just had to step outside, step out of bounds on about the 2-yard line. Little bit of a bootleg. They've had success, delay action, bootleg action. Now he's going to run. He's looking for a block, but Kerry Watkins breaks on him, knocking him out of bounds on about the 3.
Schmidt's field goal will come from the 11-yard line, a 21-yard boot, and that puts the Seminoles up 13-10. Berry on the hold and Riggs on the snap for FSU. The FSU has just kicked off to the University of Florida, and the return was across the 25 to the 24-yard line by Dwayne Glover. And so the Gators get the football back as we take a look at the replay of the kickoff.
Now the Seminoles have found their offensive punch. The Gators are looking for theirs here in the second half. A lot of pressure right now on this Gator offense to move the ball, put points on the board, and give their defense a rest. The Seminoles have proved that they can move the ball and score. Now the Gators need to answer the challenge.
The give-off is going to go to Massey, comes to the near side, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage on the 29-yard line on 1st down and 10. And it was Eric Williams, the right cornerback from Safety Harbor, Florida, who made the tackle for the Seminoles. They lead it 13-10. James Massey playing well this evening. Of course, later on, we'll be picking out our Mid-State Federal player of the game. 12 plays, 69 yards, 5:44 the possession time. Derek Schmidt's 21-yard field goal does the job.
Actually, the 3 points wasn't the big factor there. It's the momentum. The Seminoles have gotten tremendous momentum from that last drive, and it's carried over to their defensive unit.
Out in the flat to Ricky Natale. And Natale is taken out of bounds, or rather Stacy Simmons gets taken out of bounds on the far side in front of the Florida bench. And it's Eric Hayes and Deion Sanders who make the contact for Florida State.
Again, we're on the 4th floor of this press box, and we're a long way from the action, so sometimes we're a bit confused with the numbers because of the mud and such, but it is Stacy Simmons, the freshman, trying to get loose on Deion Sanders, and that's not an easy task, Sanders being such a great athlete.
3rd down and 4, the ball on the 35-yard line for Florida. 2:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. As Kerwin Bell drops and looks and throws a quick screen pass, incomplete. It was intended for James Massey. It falls as incomplete. The pressure by Terry Warren, the outside linebacker, junior out of Tallahassee.
The screen pass was well set up. He had 2 or 3 of his offensive linemen in front of him, but Massey simply dropped the football.
So that brings on Jamie McAndrew with 4th and 4 on the 35. Bell is 5 for 12 for 45 yards, 5 out of 12, as McAndrew is back in punt formation. Line of scrimmage is the 35.
And there's 10 Seminoles on the line of scrimmage. Are they coming after it? Yes, they are.
And McAndrew gets one off. It is going to hit down and take a Florida roll inside the 30-yard line to the 28, and Sanders was the intended receiver.
10 men near the line of scrimmage, but I believe one of them jumped. I think the Noles were offsides, and the Gators might have a first down. Yep, that's going to happen.
That's exactly right. You called it.
That's a mental error, you know. It's inexcusable. In a big, close ball game like this, you can't get out there and make a mental error like that. You got to wait for the ball to be snapped, and then you go after the punt. Well, the Gators are going to get a first down.
1:59 to play in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 on the 40 for Florida. And so they get a little bit of a break here.
Oh, that's a big break, Jim, because the momentum, where was it? It was heavily on the Seminole side of the line of scrimmage. Now the Gators get another chance on offense.
Waiting for the snap is Bell, and his give-off is going to go to the tailback, and that would be James Massey. And Massey tries it on the right side and picks up a little yardage there, about 2 or 3 yards before Anthony Williams for FSU makes a hit penalty-wise for Florida. 4 for 40, and for FSU, 10 for 84.
I think Wayne Williams, Jim, is now in at tailback for the Gators. Massey seeing a lot of action at tailback tonight, but now it's Wayne Williams in at tailback. Wayne from Titusville, 5'11", 192, number 23.
So the I formation with the slot to the left side on 2nd and 7 off the 44-yard line, as Kerwin Bell is being chased under some pressure, rolls out, hangs onto the football, and he's going to pick up the first down across the midfield stripe. Gets knocked out in front of the Florida bench, and taking him out is Felton Hayes, sophomore outside linebacker.
Well, Kerwin Bell not known for his running ability, but one thing he is known for is his poise and his intelligence. The Gators are going to come with a little bit of a bootleg action, the same kind of offense that the Seminoles have been running. No one's there. He's going to get a little bit of heat from Gerald Nichols. Now he's going to escape. He's still looking downfield, but no one's there, so he's going to get out of bounds and pick up the first down. Kerwin doing a nice job moving the football, running it.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 off the 46-yard line in FSU territory. Wayne Williams with a carry, stacked up, hit hard by FSU as he hits the line of scrimmage. Fred Jones and Shelton Thompson combining for FSU.
Shelton Thompson from Lakeland with a big hit right there. Shelton, an outside linebacker, only a freshman at 6'3", 235.
So that's a 2-yard gain. It's 2nd and 8, 44-yard line, the line of scrimmage, and 43 seconds left to play in the 3rd period. As Florida drives on Florida State, and the rain continues to fall in Tallahassee.
Well, if the Gators are going to be successful, Kerwin Bell has to have some success throwing the football. Here he goes.
Okay, he's looking to throw and does, and it is incomplete. It was intended deep downfield for Tony Lomack, number 37, but falls as incomplete. And
well, that was a bit of a premature hit in the secondary, but the flag was not thrown. But the Gators, I think, have been flagged for holding nonetheless at the line of scrimmage. Kerwin Bell drops back. They're trying the post route, split the safety and the cornerback. The wide receiver was knocked down before the ball was within 5 yards of him, but there was no flag.
Bell is 5 for 13 for 45 yards.
Well, Kerwin has to have success throwing the football. Kerwin Bell has to have some success if the Gators are going to get on the board. They just don't have enough of a powerful, consistent running game to put points on the board tonight.
And it's not easy to throw it with all the rain.
It's almost impossible. But you have to nonetheless. You got to play with the cards that are dealt you, right?
That's right. 3rd and 8 at the 44 for the Gators. Now Bell calls a timeout.
4 wide receivers in the game for the Gators.
3rd and 8 for the Gators. 24 seconds to play third quarter. Kerwin Bell with a double slot to the left side, drops and looks to throw, and does, and it is complete to the 38-yard line, and he comes out of bounds on the near side at the 36-yard line, and that would be Ricky Nattiel.
Well, the Gators had exactly what they wanted. They had Ricky Nattiel isolated on a linebacker, man-for-man coverage, or it might not have been a linebacker, but at least they got the man-for-man coverage right there. I think the safety had him man-for-man, and that's a mismatch. And Nattiel, with extra effort, almost picked up the first down. It looked like he might have been a shade short, but he did give the effort to get there.
Time-wise, we've got 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter. FSU up 13-10. Ricky ranking 2nd on the all-time Florida receiving list.
To Carlos Alvarez, one of the greatest to ever play the wide receiver position.
Who's now an attorney in Tallahassee.
Yeah, Carlos is out here getting soaking wet somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, it's going to be close. And he didn't make it. Here's a big call. What do you do right here? 4th and 6 inches.
The Gators are calling to go to it. The offense are talking about going for it.
Rodney Jones and extra tight ends coming into the game.
So they've got 2 tight ends in the football game, and with 4th and inches on the 44, Florida's going to go for it. They've got 16 seconds left to play in this third period. Nattiel has caught 2 balls for 10 yards.
Well, the Seminoles are on their feet cheering the defense. This will be a superhuman effort if they can stop the Gators right here, and we're talking about being in the 4th quarter, approaching the 4th quarter here in just 16 seconds.
Well, the Gator fans are on their feet cheering the offense, so we've got a standoff here.
Who's going to win? It's going to be settled where? Line
right
of scrimmage.
There.
Line of scrimmage, right?
4th and a yard at the 36-yard line. 16 seconds to play third period. Bell comes to the line, goes straight ahead over the center. McCarthy, and let's see what the call is when they unpile.
Well, he didn't get a lot.
Gerald Nichols, first guy to make contact. Of course, the FSU players are saying we held, and the Florida players are saying we got it. And they're calling for a timeout. Calling for a timeout.
Big Fred Jones, number 55, making a huge hit there at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he made it.
It's going to be close. Let's see. You're right. He didn't make it. And so the football goes over with 14 seconds to play in the third period.
So 13-10, and you know, a lot of greats on both sides of the ball. Both teams. Deion Sanders, of course, with the interception earlier in the game. Big Fred Jones, middle linebacker, on my neck and my back. He about took your neck off right there, didn't he?
Oh, that quarterback sneak there. After that moment in my time, in my playing days, from then on, they told me the quarterback sneak, I got down below the center because he about broke my neck. He was a hard hitter and just a great player, and he stopped us there on that 3rd and short situation. But yeah, it was a hard-hitting game. It was a bad weather game. A lot of trash talking by Deion. But it was a fun day to go in there and beat a team we felt like was probably better than us at that time.
Well, you know, these great rivalries and these great teams, and we just went through where all these guys went after their careers at the University of Florida. But, you know, you talk about Deion and just on and on, year in and year out. We just got through with this year's draft. It's so neat to watch the guys that play in that Florida State game all go their ways in the NFL and have great careers. And every single year there's going to be a handful, without a doubt.
All right, a lot of good athletes, you know, Florida State. A lot of those guys. Every year, I know Florida probably put 9 guys, I guess, this year got drafted or free agency, and I'm sure Florida State's had a lot. It's always been that way, and it probably always will be that way. They're 2 great schools, you know, 2 great universities, quality football.
And this year, a lot of them coming out of Trinity Catholic. Johnny Brantley. Hey, tell us that real quick. What happened there? He was on his way to Texas, and now he's playing for Urban in the Gator.
Well, he was always a Gator. You know, his dad, they went to all the Florida games, and his dad played he said he played quarterback there, did he?
Yeah.
I think he's like a bench warmer or something. But,
oh,
but
man.
he dressed.
His uncle
Did he
Scott.
dress a little bit? Yeah, and his uncle played some. Scott played a little bit. But, you know, but Johnny was always a great Gator, and he got caught up in that Texas National Championship and went out there, and they had great facilities. But then in the end, when he seen really how Coach Meyer was going to build a great program at University of Florida and how you could see that this past year, he really wanted to jump on board and be a part of something special. And you know, they've already won one national championship, and he wants to be a part of many more.
And we're very proud of that one. It is the year of the Gator, after all, with the basketball and the football. Emmett, you guys' old running mate there, Dancing with the Stars. David Eckstein, you on and on. Year of the Gator. Shoot. We're going to be right back. Gators going to try to claw back into this one, down 13-10 right now. When we come back with the fourth quarter, we're going to skip a couple punts. You don't need to see that. You just need to see more running and churning in the mud. And we'll have that for you the fourth quarter when we return.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this simple capsule could make a man larger. There was a lot of skepticism that a simple capsule could do such an amazing thing. A capsule that can make a man larger? But now, 5 years later, Extends has sold over 100 million capsules to men of all ages all over the world.
That's because the key ingredient in Extends has been scientifically proven to increase the size of that certain part of the male body. It's not a gimmick, it's real science. Now with over 100 million Extends capsules taken by men, it's hard to be skeptical. Extends was designed to do only one thing, make you larger regardless of age.
We're so sure Extends will make you larger, we're going to give you a week's supply absolutely free. All you pay for is the postage stamp.
A week's supply of Extends for the cost of a postage stamp. If Extends didn't do something pretty amazing, could we afford to do this? Call now for your free week's supply of Extends. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
Every game, every score, every highlight. It's the final score. 30 minutes every night of the week, bringing you all the action from the world of sports. It's the one show where serious sports fans go for serious sports highlights. The Final Score, presented by DirecTV. Weeknights on FSN. Take a journey down memory lane through baseball's past to a time where history comes alive. Introducing baseball's golden age. See legendary heroes like Ruth, Williams, Robinson, and DiMaggio in a rare collection of footage that brings America's pastime to life like never before. It's an all-new episode, When the Game Changed Forever, Sunday.
The best part about it is the adrenaline. Go from 0 to hero real quick. You know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Some people just are cut out for a desk job. Cleaning up the mess isn't for the faint of heart. Get ready to meet a team that lays it all on the double yellow line. Wrecked. Life in the Crash Lane. New series premieres this week exclusively on Speed.
Due to time constraints, we'll move ahead to later in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line for FSU. As McManus waits for the snap, they go off the eye. And his give-off is going to go to Tanner Holloman. And Holloman rips it across the 45 to the 48-yard line. And Adrian White makes the hit.
Tanner Holloman, exceptionally quick. He had that football and was beyond the line of scrimmage before the Gators linebackers knew he had the football.
11 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the game. FSU leads by 3, 13-10. And Holloman with a nice carry, moving the football close to the midfield stripe, puts it right at the 48-yard line. 44-yard punt, minus 3 yards on the return, 34-yard average for McAndrew. As the give-off goes to the fullback, and he hits it up to about the midfield stripe, and that would be Victor Floyd. You're seeing him again. Haven't seen him since the beginning of the game. Arthur White makes a tackle. Look at the water that is falling at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee.
And no one is leaving. As incredible as the weather is, as bad as it is, no one is leaving. And that's a tribute to the fans of both of these schools. They're hanging in there with their ball players.
They should get the Mid-State Federal Player of the Game award. 2nd and 9 on the 50. McManus with the eye and receivers left and right. 10:51 to play in the game. The pitch is going to go to Floyd. Floyd turns upfield in indicated territory, and he gets close to the 40-yard line before Rondy Weston, the big sophomore tackle out of Belglade, makes the hit on him.
Well, that Seminole offensive line has taken charge of this football game. Jim Henley, the center, throwing an excellent block. Victor Floyd taking his time looking for that crack, and he found it and then just zipped straight down the field. Another first down for the Noles.
Well, what a quagmire it is down there. Floyd 10 for 13. As we look at Galen Hall wiping his face, his eyes, so he can see the field. 1st and 10 off the 41-yard line, and the give off on the counter is going to go to the upback, Tanner Holloman, and he hits it inside the 35 before Scotty Armstrong makes the hit. 10 minutes to play in the game.
The guards just jumping all over the Gators' inside linebackers, preventing them from making the hit. And then the running backs in the secondary, where the secondary has to make the tackle. But the Seminole offensive guards doing a nice job firing out on the Gator inside linebacker.
2nd and 2 off the 33-yard line now. And the give is to Sammy Smith. He turns it outside, and they take him down at the 25-yard line, but he's got the first down. Tanner Holloman's 8-yard gain gave him 32 yards. Lewis Oliver takes him out on the Florida side of the field.
Another first down for the Seminoles with 9:30 left here in the ball game. The Seminoles leading 13-10. Moving the ball easily right now against the Gator defense. Running the football.
And 10 off the 24-yard line. Smith has picked up 124 yards this evening on 23 carries, and that's tough to do in this kind of weather. Tanner Holloman again on the counter as he gets close to the 20 to the 22-yard line, coming off the 24, and Henry Brown makes the hit, so just a 2-yard gain on that play. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the game. All off the 22-yard line at 2nd down for the Noles, and 8 yards to go. The pitch is going to go to Smith, and he hit, stays on his feet, and taken down way behind the line of scrimmage at the 30 as the Florida defense really pursued on that. Clifford Charlton, a junior out of Tallahassee Leon High School, what great pursuit he had on that play against Sammy Smith. That was an 8-yard loss.
Oh, it was Clifford Charlton who made Sammy Smith turn around in the backfield and head the other way. Rondy Weston doing a nice job. Jason Lamberth giving it 110% right there now. Plenty of help arrives from the Gator defense. Big loss for the Seminoles right there, taking them out of field goal position.
3rd and 16 from the 30-yard line. And the give off on the counter is going to go to Dane Williams, and he is hit right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Arthur White making the hit for the Gators.
And it was a big hit as well, and looks like, are they going to try for the 3 here? Yes, Schmidt's on the field. It'll be 46 yards.
46-yard attempt. Berry will hold.
Under the worst possible conditions a kicker could experience. Of course, in pro football, they have to kick off the ground. They do have the advantage of the tee right here.
Coming off the 46-yard attempt by Derek Schmidt. He gets ready to move to the football and bangs it. It was blocked by the Gators. And it's a loose ball on the field. Florida's happy about that block. Oh, what a great play on that by Jason Lamberth.
I think Jason Lamberth picked up the fumble, Jim. We might get a chance to see on the replay here, but the conditions are terrible. The ball was kicked low. Oh, it came from the outside. One of the Gators charging from the outside made the block. We're sorry we couldn't pick up the numbers because of the conditions, but the Kerwin Bell and the Gator offense does have the football on the Florida 40-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Gators. The give off is going to go to the tailback, and he rips it. And that would be Wayne Williams, who rips for the gain. Terry Warren brings him down.
Wayne Williams,
man from Titusville.
Excuse me, Jim. Wayne Williams with the greatest speed of any Gator tailback. Right there, found a big hole. Picks up the first down. Florida again in the second half having trouble running the football, but that was an excellent run right there.
That's a brave lady that can still smile in all that rain. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line for Florida. Again, the give goes to Wayne Williams. He rips it outside, knocked out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. And taking him out, Stanley Shiver. And
Felton Hayes is going to get knocked off in the backfield by Anthony Williams. Anthony, watch him pick up Felton Hayes right. There's the block that makes the run possible. Now Wayne Williams with that speed is down the sideline. But Felton Hayes almost had a hit in the backfield, but Anthony Williams picked him off.
Wayne Williams, 5 carries, 27 yards. 2nd down and a yard at the 40. As the Gators, with less than 7 minutes to play, drive on FSU. And FSU leads 13-10. The give off again, Wayne Williams, and he's to the, call it the 37-yard line. He's got the first down. Freddie Jones, the senior strong side linebacker from Miami, Florida, makes the hit for FSU.
Well, the Gators using Wayne Williams now at tailback. James Massey started this game. Octavius Gould had a lot of success as a starter through the mid-season, but now Wayne Williams is getting his chance, and my, oh my, is he taking advantage of it.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line for Florida. They drive on the Seminoles of FSU. Kerwin Bell looks to throw. He's being chased. Rolls out to the right side, hangs onto it, and will slide across the 35-yard line. Thomas Harp, the nose guard, a junior from Winter Garden. I'll tell you who he reminds me of with the fact that he's had some problems with his leg when he slides is Bill Buckner.
Watch this play. Gerald Nichols is coming in. He's almost going to get clipped. Kerwin's looking to his left. The Gators trying to sneak a receiver deep in the secondary. Gerald Nichols, the senior tackle, is in pursuit, but David Williams picks him off cleanly right there. Kerwin is able to escape down the sideline. 2nd and, 8?
2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line. Bell 4 for 8, and ripping it right up the middle is Wayne Williams inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Greg Newell, the free safety, makes the hit for FSU.
Bob Sims and Charlie Wright, Frank McCarthy, the gut of that Gator offense, doing a job right there. The Gators have suddenly found a running a game that was non-existent here late in this ball game. They had some success early this evening, but the running game was dormant for quite a while. But Wayne Williams is having a lot of success right now, and what that does, it'll open up your chance to throw the football with success as well.
Wayne Williams, 13-yard pickup. He's 7 for 42. The give off again is going to go to Wayne Williams. He's inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Off of 1st down, a little over 5 minutes to play. Paul McGowan, weak side linebacker, a junior from Winter Park, makes the hit. Well, I'll tell you what, the way that Wayne has come on so strong, he's got to be in contention for the Mid-State Federal Player of the Game award.
Well, it's 4:53 here left in this ball game. The Gators are threatening an excellent drive right here after the blocked field goal attempt.
2nd and 8 on the 20-yard line for Florida as they drive on FSU. Look at the rain come down. Again, the carry is going to go to Wayne Williams. And he's taken down to the 17-yard line, and he has done an excellent job.
Well, I thought he gave the football up, but evidently they're not going to rule it was a fumble. It looked from our vantage point that it was a fumble, but maybe his knee was on the ground. Let's see it.
The ground can't cause a fumble. If
the ground didn't cause it. Watch. Let's see what happens. He's going to get drilled right here. There's the ball. My goodness, that's a Florida State football right there. They just missed that one.
3rd and 6. On the 18-yard line, a little over 4 minutes to play. A big 3rd down for the Gators. Slot offense to the left side as Kerwin Bell rolls He's looking, and he lets go end zone. Touchdown, Florida! The Gators jump out front. 16-13, Ricky the Rocket Nattiel. Oh, yes.
Nattiel running a post route, splitting the cornerback and the safety, and Kerwin Bell, unbelievably in these conditions, drilling the football perfectly in between the numbers. Nattiel actually had to catch that football in self-defense.
18 yards on the touchdown catch by Ricky Nattiel, and we will see the extra point attempt by Jeff Dawson. Holding will be Steve Ewing, and there's the snap, and the boot is off to the left side. It is not good. It is not good.
But they roughed the kicker. Obviously,
so
this
a flag on the play.
This is a tremendously big extra point, too, because if they get the point, only a touchdown can beat them. Yeah, they're going to get another chance.
Yep.
The Seminoles putting on great pressure right there, but they didn't touch the football. If you'd hit the football, you can knock the kicker's head off, but they weren't able to touch the football.
So they go for the extra point again. The Gators coming back on the Kerwin Bell to Ricky Nattiel touchdown catch. 16-13.
A critically big extra point. As we mentioned, with a 3-point lead, only a touchdown can beat you if you make this extra point.
Snap comes from Bird. Ewing will hold, and Jeff Dawson will attempt the extra point. There's the snap, and this time he splits it. 17-13 in Tallahassee.
So Kerwin's in that huddle just chanting, "It just doesn't matter." Kind of like Meatballs, which was a 1980s movie, right? But the rain, hey, bring it. It doesn't matter. Finally taking the lead, 17-13. The Gators on top with that rain coming down. Some big-time plays right there. We're on the campus of Jacksonville University here, the athletic department. This is Kerwin's office. He doesn't have any ball plays drawn up on the board yet. He's been too busy running. What have you been doing? Working on that rehabbing that shoulder you hurt skiing a couple years ago?
No, we've been working hard.
I'm just kidding. We got them all back there. You know this guy's working hard, and working hard for you guys on the sidelines. We talked about Bobby Bowden. We've talked about all of your coaching careers. But how about Galen Hall? A wonderful job that he did, and Charlie Pell on back in the day. I mean, this is an important window for Gator football history.
Well, it was. You know, Coach Spurrier came in and did a wonderful thing for University of Florida, took it to another level. But I think the 1980s, we really kept it intact through the probation periods, and Coach Pell was a big reason, and then Coach Hall coming in, taking over, and not trying to change a whole lot of what Coach Pell had started, really was able to give us a chance to have a winning record this year in 1986. We weren't a very talented team, but I think our guys really hung together. And just like this last drive, you know, here it is now. We've just had a block field goal attempt. Coach Hall sends us on the field, and his game calling on game day was what I really took from Coach Hall. He was a great game day caller. And with the weather being the way it was, we found a kid who had been inconsistent all year, but he really stepped up to the plate on this drive, and that was Wayne Williams, tailback that was a part-time starter. Wayne, I think, carried the ball about 6 times in this drive, got us down to around the 20-yard line, and I think we were facing a 3rd down. And we actually had a corner route called and a post in behind it with Ricky on the outside running the post route. And when I dropped back, the rain was falling, and there was no way I could have thrown the corner route because it was such a tough throw to make to the corner with the rain like that. But luckily, when I looked to the corner, the safety ran out of the middle of the field. They were playing cover 1. And when I felt him move out of the middle of the field, then that opened up the middle of the field for Ricky on the post. And I threw a wobbly duck down there, and he caught, I think it was his last catch of his Gator career to beat the Seminoles.
You're used to those ducks by now, right?
I'm used to them, so that was normal seeing it wobble like that. No, but he's spoken like a true quarterback. I don't know how he saw all that with that rain. Kerwin was lying right now. He knew I was going to be open. He just threw it towards the goalpost. Anytime he throws, I usually go up and get it. No, but really, no, he did. We had the post called, and you know, it was just one of those, like you said, it was the last catch of my career as a Gator, and I think that's what made it really special for me. It was the last catch of my career was against Florida State, of course. The only thing that would have made it better was Dion was right over me. I know he was in the vicinity, but he wasn't right over me. But still, you know, it was a great catch. And then Kerwin, he put it probably the only place that he could. And I couldn't even see it until the very last second. I picked this little wobbling duck up, and I just cradled it in, made the catch. And it was just an awesome way to end my career. It really was.
Well, being redshirted over there, another receiver eventually, Ernie, are you chomping at the bit at this point? Is this what it's all about and what you came to the University of Florida now? I know it wasn't as exciting and as positive this season, the first year there on campus, as you had hoped and had seen in years previous, but you got to be pretty fired up about this win.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely fired up, but probably more so than the fact that you hate to go out there and play in all that rain and stand on the sideline and be cold and go through all that and lose the game. So, I mean, that's probably the most exciting part about it, is that they came through and I thought the second half the defense really played pretty good, and they was, even after the touchdown, they was able to hold up, and Jarvis over there made a big play at the end on 4th down.
Defense and special teams, Jarvis.
That one wins games.
There you go.
Wins championships.
There you go.
There you go. But we held up pretty good, and like I said, the offense came through again, and that's what we really needed. And they did a good job.
All right, we're going to keep holding it up for you guys. Wrap this thing up when we come back. Gators and the Noles, 1986 on Gridiron Greats. Stay right there.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this simple capsule could make a man larger. There was a lot of skepticism that a simple capsule could do such an amazing thing. A capsule that can make a man larger? But now, 5 years later, Extends has sold over 100 million capsules to men of all ages all over the world.
That's because the key ingredient in Extends has been scientifically proven to increase the size of that certain part of the male body. It's not a gimmick, it's real science. Now with over 100 million Extends capsules taken by men, it's hard to be skeptical. Extends was designed to do only one thing: make you larger regardless of age.
We're so sure Extends will make you larger, we're going to give you a week's supply absolutely free. All you pay for is the postage stamp.
A week's supply of Extends for the cost of a postage stamp. If Extends didn't do something pretty amazing, could we afford to do this? Call now for your free week's supply of Extends. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
Amanda Beard, record-breaking swimmer. Are you ready to shock the world?
I don't know.
Amanda, you're a GoDaddy girl now, right? It's national TV. You showing them off is gonna be huge.
All right. .com names from $1.99 at GoDaddy.com.
Wow, I've never seen anyone with 7.
I have 7.
Yeah, but I like hers better.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Thursday, we're reliving some of the greatest moments in sports with the men that called them. Al Michaels and Jim Nance in a Best Damn special. And on Friday, the best fighters in the world delivering the greatest knockouts ever.
Now Bob Fruitman. He KOs Rio the Shark Jones.
It's Best Damn's Top 50 Beatdowns. This week at 11.
It's the remarkable series that uncovers the most spectacular tales in sports history. Amazing sports stories. Incredible. Unbelievable. And 100% true. These are the greatest stories never told. This week, it's the tale of the dead man fighting. Sunday.
All right, let's take a look at the touchdown pass.
Well,
Kerwin Bell drops the throw.
Before the game started, we talked about Ricky the Rocket Mathieu with his All-American potential, #1 draft choice potential, and right there he just slipped inside Eric Williams, the cornerback, and Kerwin delivered the strike, but this game's a long way from over. We got 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and the Seminoles have a lot of offense, and they've proved it all night long, especially as they piled up yardage. They haven't piled up the points because of the conditions, but the Gator defense will sorely be tested right now.
So it's the Gators kicking off. It'll be Robert McGinney kicking off. He is from Jacksonville, has a 51-yard field goal to his credit against Auburn. And that is a short little squib kick.
Fair catch,
good
play.
Fair catch called for by FSU. Good play by Florida State. And that was number 57?
Yes.
Phil Carolla.
Yes.
Nice play. Heads-up play.
Absolutely heads-up play. You have the right to fair catch on a kick.
8 plays, 60 yards, 336. Ricky Nattil, 16-yard pass from Bell. The extra point by Dawson. Kick is good.
And Wayne Williams was responsible for a lot of that yardage on those successful offensive plays. The rain's coming down in torrents. The Noles really in trouble right here. although they have good field position.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. McManus with the eye. The pitch is going to go to Floyd, and he turns outside, and he gets across the 45-yard line to the 46. Nice carry by Victor Floyd, the sophomore out of Pensacola. Scotty Armstrong and Arthur White making the tackle. Well, I'll tell you, you've got to say that Wayne Williams, Ricky Nattiel have done an excellent job coming on very, very strong, and especially Nattiel's touchdown, the way Wayne Williams' games really helped lift the Gators. So they've got to be in contention for our Mid-State Federal Player of the Game award.
They stopped the clock, evidently didn't get out of bounds. Every second is vitally important here. No, is there a penalty? Yes, there must be a penalty.
Penalty against Florida State. And they are marching it off to the 34-yard line. Illegal procedure against the Seminoles. So that'll give them 1st and 15. And that moves that football way back. FSU bowl bound. FSU penalty-wise, 12 for 99. Florida 4 for 40. Danny McManus to throw, and it is almost intercepted by Florida. Almost intercepted by Arthur White. It was intended for Victor Floyd coming out of the backfield.
Well, the Seminoles were going for that play action. Here it is. Fake the fullback, Tanner Holloman. Now, Arthur White jumps up in front of Victor Floyd. Victor Floyd, the tailback, was the intended receiver, but Arthur White from Frostproof just made an excellent play right there, knocking the ball in the air, almost picked off.
McManus 4 out of 9, 43 yards this evening. 2nd down, 15. Ball on the 34 with 3:32 to play in the football game. Danny McManus looks to throw and does, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Big Pat Carter, the tight end here on the near side, and fell as incomplete, although I'm not sure what route he was supposed to run because McManus unloaded the ball, and I think Carter might have been supposed to delay and then take off.
Almost looked like the ball was tipped by one of the Gator defenders. Clifford Charlton was sprinting in from the outside. The Gators are trying to put pressure on McManus right now, forcing him to throw the ball in a hurry.
3 minutes, 28 seconds to play in the game. 3rd and 15, ball on the 34, and dropping back is McManus. He throws a short one out there. He's got his man, and he's down at the 39-yard line. Fumble on the play. Let's see what they recovered. Let's see what they call first. It was Pat Carter that made the catch and lost the ball going down.
Well, let's take a look. McManus is going to hit his big tight end, Pat Carter. Let's see if he has possession of the football.
Yeah,
it looks like he had possession and then
he
fumbled.
lost it when he went down.
My goodness, the officials are having all kind of problems tonight.
No matter, that brings up 4th down, so they've got to kick. And Lewis Berry gets it off under a lot of Florida pressure. Big Rondi Weston in there putting the pressure on. The ball will roll down to the 22-yard line where it'll be blown dead.
Gators had no one back. They had no safety back. They were just going to let that ball bounce. They were going to take a chance handling it.
There's the scoreboard here at Doak Campbell Stadium. 3 minutes, 9 seconds to play. Florida up 17-13.
And that's a lot of time. If the Gators cannot get a first down, the Seminoles can still get that football back. And the Seminole defense, other than the last drive, have really been playing exceptionally tough. Critical series right here. If the Gators can knock out some first downs, this ball game's over. If not, the Seminoles are back in it because they'll have a chance if they force the Gators to punt.
And the give-off is going to go to the tailback, Wayne Williams, and he hits it up the middle and gets a couple of yards on the play. Paul McGowan, linebacker for FSU, makes the hit. 2nd down 10 off the 22-yard line. 2nd and 7 off the 25 for Florida. Bell's give-off is going to go to Wayne Williams, and he's across the 30 to the 31-yard line. He's going to be close to the first down. Greg Newell, the free safety, makes the hit for FSU.
I think it was David Williams who threw an excellent block right there. Again, it's so hard to make out the numbers from our view as we zoom in on the huddle right now. There's Bob Sims, Charlie Wright. Oh, it's Charlie Wright.
Nice block. Solid.
Look at that. He gave Wayne Williams an extra 3 or 4 yards right there.
Wayne Williams, 11 for 55. Third and a little over a yard for the Gators off the 31-yard line. Somebody from FSU jumped. There's a flag on the play. Let's see who it's going to go against.
I think Mark McGriff, Jim, the Gator tight end, was in motion, and the Seminoles merely jumped across the line of scrimmage to make contact. Oh, that hurt.
It is going against Florida. This is a big play for them with 2:19.
Well, you see
left
that,
to go in the ball game.
that short yardage situation that they were in, they had obviously a better opportunity to pick up the first down, continue to eat up the clock. Now they're dropped back in possibly a passing situation. I don't know if Galen's going to put the ball in the air or not right here, but it's 3rd and 7.
Gator penalized 5 yards, or 5 times for 45 yards tonight. 3rd and 6 off the 25 now for Florida. 2:05 to go. FSU fans on their feet because they want that football back. And, of course, the Gator fans wanted to pick up the first down. Wayne Williams takes it off the left side down to the 27-yard line. He's going to be far short. McGowan and Jones combining. So that brings up 4th down with 1:49 to play. We're back at Doak Campbell Stadium, and Jamie McAndrew has just punted to Deion Sanders, and the hit was at the 42-yard line, and there was a loose ball. Let's watch McAndrew as he has to go up high for this snap and then gets the kick away.
Under a big rush, the Noles were rushing 10 men. McAndrew did leap for the football. Now look at Deion Sanders. He's looking, where can I get loose here? Nowhere. Dwayne Ferguson, number 38, doing a terrific job on coverage right there, but there's a flag and some discussion on the field right now.
Put Sammy Smith in.
A clip against FSU. Personal foul against Florida.
Let's see if they're dead ball. No, it's probably... Here goes the clip being marked off. Now what are they going to do? Turn around and come right back with the personal foul?
Well, they marched that to the 27-yard line for the clip against FSU.
Now what's he going to do? Now he's going to go right back for the personal foul. Evidently, the personal foul was a dead ball foul.
So that takes it back.
That was a nice trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, got a lot of exercise. And so it'll be first down for the Seminoles at 10 at the 42. A minute 38. That was a 26-yard punt, minus 5 yards return.
Right now, the Seminoles with only 48 yards passing the football. They have a long way to go in a minute 38 without throwing the football, without putting the football in the air.
First and 10 off the 42 for the Noles as Danny McManus drops the throw, and he looks and does, and it was tipped and goes as incomplete. Somebody got in there for Florida, and I think got a hand on it.
Well, Scott Armstrong is celebrating. Arthur White dropping back from their linebacker position. Let's see if we can pick it up right now. McManus is going to step up. He gets good protection, but oh yeah, it was one of the maybe Rodney Weston. Heck, it's only a guess. We can't make out from our vantage point right here which Gator knocked the ball in the air, but it was deflected.
2nd and 10 off the 42. 1:33 a play. Florida leads FSU 17-13. A field goal does them no good. They've got to go for a touchdown. They go with a slot offense, and McManus to throw, and he steps out of the pocket and throws, and it is incomplete. Almost picked off in the backfield, and it was intended for Tom O'Malley, almost picked off by Kerry Watkins.
Well, it's never over till it's over. 3rd down right now, 3rd and 10. The Seminoles need to be thinking about picking up that first down. They got 2 plays, 3rd and 4th down, to pick up the first down. Look at O'Malley getting deep. One of the linebackers is with him. Lewis Oliver in on the play. Again, it's hard to make out the numbers because of the mud on the white jerseys.
1:27 to play. 3rd and 10 on the 42. The Seminoles of Florida State with the football. McManus throws. It is incomplete. It was intended for 92. O'Malley, the tight end, out in the flat and goes as incomplete.
And they were thinking first down right there. They had to pick up the first down if they had hopes of moving the football further down the field. Tried to get O'Malley on a sideline route near the first down marker, but it was just out out of his reach. He couldn't make the catch. This is one last chance for the Noles not to win the game, but they need to pick up the first down.
Well, they have no timeouts left.
If they do not pick up the first down here, it's over.
4th down and 10, 1:21 to play. FSU's McManus looking to throw. Throws out in the flat, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Herb Gaynor, number 3, the junior split end, and falls is incomplete.
Jarvis
and
Williams
good
on the
coverage by Jarvis.
Jarvis, all-conference performer for the Gators this year. Doing an excellent job right there, knocking the ball loose.
1:16 to play in the football game, and Florida leads 17-13.
And the Gators will finish with a 6-5 record, a winning season.
FSU falls to 6-4-1. They're headed for a bowl, the All-American Bowl in Birmingham.
And the Gators, according to an NC2A computer analysis a week or so ago, playing the toughest schedule in Division I football, and finishing 6-5. Disappointing, yes, but look at the degree of difficulty in the schedule.
That's what they say in gymnastics, degree of difficulty.
And who'd they beat? Auburn
and
Georgia and Florida State. So 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Of course, the Miami Hurricanes are state champions and possible national champions.
Played Miami closer than anybody, within 8 points.
Well, Florida State did too. Florida State played Miami a great game until McManus got hurt in the 4th quarter.
First down on the 47-yard line, and Kerwin Bell is going to drop to one knee as they let the clock tick away. A minute 5. And this is the first time I've seen just a few fans begin to leave. I got to congratulate all of these fans that were here and stayed so long this evening.
Now the Gators are giving them the Bronx cheer right now. They're giving them the Seminole war hoop. To the victor goes the spoils, right?
2nd and 18 on the 50-yard line for Florida. And again, Kerwin Bell drops back, genuflects on one knee as he lets the time run away. And our Mid-State Federal player of the game, Wayne Williams, 12 carries, 57 yards. He came in and lifted the Gators up in the last moments of the football game.
Well, what Wayne Williams did, he enabled the Gators to move the ball down the field so Kerwin could hit Ricky Nattil in the end zone for the big victory over arch rival Florida State. 6 years in a row, the University of Florida's beaten the Florida State Seminoles.
So there you go, 6-5, and while it wasn't what you hoped for there at the beginning of the year, for only the 2nd time in history, you guys beat the Auburn Tigers, Georgia Bulldogs, and Florida State Seminoles in dramatic fashion, with at least the Florida State game, with that Auburn game, the comeback earlier that year on November 1st, and this one, what a good way to just cap it off your junior year.
Yeah, it was. To start the way we did after coming off 2 great years of 9-1-1 seasons. And then to have to regroup middle of the year, and for us to play the way we did on a team that wasn't very talented, really, to tell you the truth, playing against the teams we were playing against. It showed a lot of heart and character, and it showed a lot of great coaching by our coaching staff, and it's something that we can be proud of.
Well, the talent was over there waiting in the wings. Ernie Mills, you over there. Now it's your turn this next season. But it was a pretty interesting season to watch from the sidelines as a redshirt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, coming in at 86, and we were really hit by the scholarships, and we didn't have that many that year, and when that happens, you hurt for depth. You don't have a lot of depth on the squad when those scholars start taking those scholarships away. But the way they was able to finish out the season and finish up a winning season, I had never been a part of a losing season, so that was a great finish.
And speaking of finishing it on top, individually anyway, can't finish it any better than beating the Noles with that big catch there to end your career.
Oh, it was awesome for me. These guys, they get to come back for another year. It was my last year, so that for me made it extra special. Like I said, last catch as a Gator. We knew we weren't going to a bowl game, so I knew that was it. So going out, catching it, that's by far probably one of my best memories. Even it ranks up there with the Super Bowl catch. It really does, because I love college football. I love the Gators, so that was awesome.
Defense did its part there at the end again. Got to tip the cap to that, Jarvis.
Again, like I said, I like it because we stayed in the game and we stayed together as a group. I mean, we really did They got yards on it, and we really stopped them. We held them when we really needed to, and wait till our offense get to going. And, you know, it just shows that you got to persevere and just stay together. And, you know, when offense came, they made the plays, and can't end it no better than beating Florida State.
This was fun going back to 1986 with these guys today. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. 1986, the Gators victorious over those Seminoles. Had been since 1980. You guys had their numbers. And good luck to the Dolphins. Good luck to the Celtics there at Trinity Catholic. Hey, I'm not going to dish. Now, I'll give you a big hug, too, Kerwin. Always good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Gridiron Greats.
Would you like a brand new name brand laptop for free? That's right, free. If you act now, you can join the lucky people who earn their very own free laptop computer from the Get My Free Laptop program.
I'll admit it, I thought it was too good to be true. But now that I've got my free laptop, I'm a believer.
Well, all I did was register, read the program requirements, and bought some products that I was already interested in.
My new laptop is way better than the one I paid a lot of money for. I'm amazed.
Our sponsors value your participation, and we're willing to reward you for trying their products and services by giving you a free laptop.
I was skeptical until I got my free laptop.
Log on and register today for the Get My Free Laptop program. Get My Free Laptop. The name says it all.
Log on now to GetMyFreeLaptop.com. That's GetMyFreeLaptop.com. GetMyFreeLaptop.com.
How would you like to run a business of your own from the comfort of your own home? It's not as crazy as it sounds.
I made over $100,000 a year from my home. We took in over $200,000 last year.
Yeah, you have to be crazy to visit this website and find out how to start your home business. Crazy like a fox. Log on and get your success kit.
Last week, I made over $6,000.
Crazy? I don't think so. Log on now to get your success kit.
In 2007, America's Grand Game came to life on Fox.
No-hitter, Verlander! 756! Ichiro hits it off the wall. Here comes Ichiro inside the park home run. And the American League has won 10 straight.